blocking all northbound lanes on 1792 up in Sanford near State Road 46. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Text Now.
Other wireless carriers tell you when to pay. Text Now asks, what do you need? It's app-first phone service without commitments, credit checks, or carrier attitude. Built for people who stopped asking for permission. Download today.
Hush, little baby, yes you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid plan, Mama's gonna send you to college land. And when you're free to pursue your dreams, Mama's gonna watch your future beam.
Save for their story with a prepaid 529 plan. Plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment is now.
Hey, it's Russ from the Monsters. If your floors are looking all nasty and dingy and your grout is looking bad, gotta tell you, call the pros over at Zero Res. They'll clean your house like they clean my house. They clean my mom's house, and also the offices here at Real Radio, and the results are incredible. Zero Res, their patented ZR water, makes it so nice, and they don't use soaps, they don't use sticky residue chemicals, anything like that. They deep clean and they do it right. This month, mention me and get 15% off tile and seal it. It's awesome at Zero Res, 407-232-9188, or book online at orlandozerores.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
Planet Fitness is the official fitness center of the Orlando Magic and Orlando Solar Bears.
See club for details.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You guys know I've renovated a few homes in my life, and I will tell you, the one thing I don't mess with is plumbing, and here's why. You make a mistake there, it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. That is one of the main reasons I lean on my friends at Modern Plumbing Industries. Employee-owned and in business since 1975, and they can handle it all. All plumbing service, drain and sewer service, water heater services, gas services, and water treatment services, and that's just where it begins. Contact Modern Plumbing Industries today at 407-327-6000 or learn more at modernpi.com.
To observe the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, America 250 is sponsoring America's Field Trip. Students grades 3 to 12 can submit their art or essay responding to what does America mean to you. Each first place winner and chaperone receive a paid field trip to Yellowstone National Park, Mount Rushmore, Kennedy Space Center, or great destinations. Second place receives a cash award. Deadline to enter is March 30th. Log on to america250.org for details. That's america250.org for details and your chance to win.
No purchase necessary. See official rules at america250.org.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
$3,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. Earn cash back with Upside just by filling up your tank. Download Upside now and start earning easy cash back. The more you use Upside, the more you get. Use promo code CURRENT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code CURRENT for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, March 30th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from Tiger Woods' DUI details to Barbie had a terrible, no good, very bad weekend, and the sick astronaut Bombshell is finally revealed. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane. What's happening? And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good. Ready to Monday. How are you?
Yeah, good. Nice little weekend. Lots to talk about today. Can't wait to, I'm kind of getting in to the NASA excitement mode with this new launch going on this week.
Right.
Artemis? Yeah, the Artemis thing. They're going back to the moon. And I'm liking learning about the people. And we will go over that with our friend Amy Caufel in a little bit here on the show. In about an hour, we'll check in with her. She has been following this closely. So I want to see what she has to say about everything happening with this new mission, which is a real cool sideshow kind of distraction type thing going on this week. We will be talking about that. But right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to I Hate to Do It to You.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even think I'm ready.
Come on, man.
I hate to do it to you. Right off the jump, baby. Right off the jump. Frontier Flight F92539. We're going to the air, friends.
My gosh.
Hit it.
I can't hit it. Don't tell me to hit it. I can't hit it yet. We'll do the story, and then I hit it later.
He said, I'm not ready this early in the week. I didn't expect that we'd be on an airplane
This self-fulfilling prophecy is so self-fulfilling.
And fulfilling.
Let's do this. Here we go. Frontier Flight. There was an air traffic control moment that stood out. Here's what we heard.
Frontier Flight 2539. Frontier Flight 2539. Okay, Frontier Flight 2539, have information about the level 3 threat, not level 4 threat, but level 3 threat. I'd like to relay.
All right, level 3 threat coming in. Not a level 4 threat, a level 3 threat. I don't know how the order goes. Like,
is it different from like the different colors of?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like the terrorism scale. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming higher levels are worse. And he's like, whoa. It's not a level 4 threat. It's a level 3 threat. But still some really concerning things that are going on here. And then they outline what's happening.
3 threat, not level 4 threat, but level 3 threat. I'd like to relay. Frontier 2539, White Tower, go ahead. A black male, approximately 5'9", sitting in seat 3 Alpha. He's in his seat. He's already threatened to kill the lady that's sitting next to him. And he's saying that he has a bomb on board, approximately 58 to 60 years old.
And level 3, black male, 5'9", 3 Alpha, looking to kill the lady. Says he has a bomb on board. Any details on the bomb?
No details as of right now. That's as much information as we got. We're running our checklist. Once we find more information,
So they said there was a dude on the front of the plane who threatened to kill the lady next to him. He was like in his 60s or something. He's like an older guy.
58 to 60.
58 to 60 years old. He's sitting on the front of the plane. And like, I think they said row A. And he's up there in row A.
First class? Well, it's Frontier.
he's on the front of a Frontier. So, yeah, there's like a limited amount of accessibility there. But he's fighting with the lady next to him, says he's going to kill her, and then says he has a bomb. You know what's brutal about this? All of this happened after they land, as they were taxiing to go over to drop everybody off at the gate. And I imagine that this held everybody on the plane up even longer. When you thought like, oh, we're done. Yay, we landed. It's all over. And then you got the extra nonsense associated with this. Just so you know, I have the story here. I had the update from USA Today. The FBI is investigating an alleged false bomb threat. It was a fake bomb threat made by a Frontier Airlines passenger shortly after the flight arrived in Atlanta, at the Atlanta airport at 5:09 yesterday. And they said the person was investigated, and he did not have a bomb, but it was just like some sort of incident that happened on the plane.
Still wanted to kill the lady?
On the plane or on the plane?
On a plane.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a top story as long as it flies.
Right off to it.
Clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
It's right off the jump, just right onto a plane. It just happened that way. It wasn't necessarily my fault. We got to get into Tiger Woods and what happened this weekend.
My gosh. I thought it was Groundhog Day when I heard that.
What a time. What a time.
You're like, again, Tiger Woods?
I mean, I think it's overdue, right?
Yeah.
It's every 4 or 5 years.
I thought
I have to tell you, I thought the same thing C-Lane thought. I was like, wait, again, this guy with the driving?
I thought maybe the Daily Mail had like something in their drafts folder that had just been there for 6 years, and they accidentally hit publish, and it went out to everybody's phones. I was like, there's no way that this has happened again.
Yeah. No, this is real. We'll get into what's happening with Tiger Woods. Why the guy, for some reason, will not get a driver. Tiger Woods, get a driver.
He's got a driver and a putt and a...
No, get a chauffeur. Like, my God, Tiger Woods, he's still got all the money in the world, right? He's still incredibly rich, I would imagine.
And the fact that this happened like Friday afternoon gave us the whole weekend to just kind of cook up some delicious memes.
Oh, I know. Like so many cheesy dad lines. Have you seen these things?
I like the one where it's like when you're Tiger Woods' driver and you've taken your third day off in 20 years, and you're just like... nothing could go wrong today.
Tiger Woods, what are you doing, man? We'll get into him and his story. If you're out there, Tiger, come on.
Wow.
Tisk, Tiger. We got to get these things together. Let's go over to the box office. Let's see what was big at the movie theaters this weekend. What was it? What failed? What won? We see in it number one at the box office. Once more, it's Project Hail Mary with Ryan, what's his face?
Gosling.
Gorgeous Gosling, the good-looking dude, up there on the screen. Project Hail Mary. And now, this movie's going to be pretty big, I think, because, we haven't heard this quite a bit, or as much as you might think, but Courtney got a text, and her mom goes, just saw Project Hail Mary with your father, and we loved it. And I'm like, oh, okay, like older people are going to see this movie.
Wow.
It's like drawing out all sorts
they listen
of
to
ages.
this show sometimes, right?
Hey.
Well, I think they also know that they're older too. I don't think it's going to come to them as a surprise here, but it made $54 million more this weekend for a total of $164 million in its second week. It's about Ryan Gosling going to space. And getting lost in space, kind of. And,
except that movie title was taken.
And then a robot spider that he meets as an alien. Those are the things that you basically need to know. Not necessarily robot, but you'll see if you ever watch the movie, which is pretty good. No, this is the most basic plot points. I'll save the ruin the movie thing for number 3 here. But number 2 was Hoppers at the box office, with another $12 million in week 4. And then number 3 was the new movie in week 1, They Will Kill You. And the thing that I heard about this movie was, just so you know, movie costs, let me give you some of the numbers here. This movie cost $20 million to make. All right. It's very low. Okay. It's like, for these kind of movies, it's pretty low budget, and looks like a polished film and all that stuff. They Will Kill You is the name of the movie. Cost $20 million to make. It was supposed to make $20 million in its first weekend out. It made $5 million, right? Which is a flop. It is a flop. It's not working. When you hear that you say like, well, the movie cost $20 million, Sean, and it made $5 million. Isn't that a good start? Want to make its money back? Well, just so you know the economics of this, if a movie makes, let's say, $20 million in the theaters, about half of that goes to the theaters and half of that goes to the movies. And the movies then, take that and try to get to profitability. The further on in a movie it goes, the more the theaters make and the less the movie makes.
Why?
Because that way they get rewarded for holding it in theaters for a longer time. It's a shifting scale for them. So let's say there's a movie like Project Hail Mary, C-Lane. they probably made a really good deal for this movie. And Amazon probably said, we want something like, I don't know, I have no inside information on this, but I'm just going to guess, and I bet I'm right. Amazon probably said, this is a Ryan Gosling movie. It's going to be a very big movie. So for the first 3 weeks, we want a 70-30 split, meaning that the movie theaters would get 30% and the movie would get 70%. And then that shift would take place. And then over time, Project Hail Mary will be more of like a 50-50 split like most movies tend to be. But a movie like They Will Kill You is probably going to be 50-50 right off the jump. So if it made $5 million in its first weekend out and cost $20 million, well, it only brought in $2.5 million, and the movie is not going to do too well monetarily. Why? Well, I'll tell you why.
Here we go.
Almost everybody that they asked, why didn't you see this movie if it was on your radar? Almost everybody complained about one thing. Something I've been complaining about for a while. One thing they complained about. They said, why do you keep doing this to us, Hollywood? Why do you think we're going to pay for tickets when you do this? You ruined the whole movie in the trailer. You told us everything that was going to happen in the trailer of the movie.
Couldn't you argue that they ruined the movie in the title?
There's a little bit packed in there, yes. I'm not going to say it's not. That's definitely one of the issues. But
unless they're smart about it, you know. But
everybody I saw in the conversation on this was agreeing on the same thing. And they were saying, hey, and I mean, I'm talking about a lot of people. And it even said it in the Variety article, in the Deadline article, like, people were not going to see this movie because they hated the trailer, because the trailer was another one of these, like, this woman is going to a motel. At the motel, she thinks everything's okay. Then these Satanists go to try to kill her. Then she realizes the Satanists, when she kills them, come back together like they're in a video game. Then she has to determine a way to try to kill them for good. Then she does kill them for good. Here she is at the end. Now go watch the movie when it comes out. And people are like, why? Why am I watching the movie when it comes out? Also, this is just like 8 other movies, including one that's at the box office right now, Ready
this
or Not.
Summer, Bruce Willis is dead.
That would be it. That would be the equivalent. You're like, now it's not a surprise that he was dead the whole time. Spoiler alert for that movie. Sorry if you haven't seen it. I won't tell you the title, just in case you're out of this world on this one. But that's what happens there.
It's been 27 years, I think.
It has?
Yeah.
Is that long?
I think it should bring it back.
Dead people?
Haley Joel Osment could still see dead people, right? As far
well,
as
now he's seeing more of the back of police cars than he is dead people on account of that sweet-ass DUI arrest he got.
Last week he did see a lot of that old school clip of him on Walker, Texas Ranger having AIDS.
That's right.
He did. That's right. I wonder how he feels about that.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
I wonder how he feels about that. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Emails coming in to start us off, and you can email the show at any time, no matter what you're doing, whatever. Fire off an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Chris says he's a 10-year veteran of the prison world. That's one way to say it. Chris, all right? I would just say,
okay,
you're behind bars.
He could be a corrections officer.
You know what? You're right. Maybe he is. Hold on. Let me give him a chance here. He says, hey there, 10-year veteran of the prison world. I was thinking that he was a prisoner, but maybe he's not. I didn't read this. He says, I was listening to the story about the quadriplegic and how that will translate while incarcerated. This quadriplegic dude. That dude will never see a real prison, according to this person, with 10 years of prison experience of some type, and will spend his time in an ADA camp, which I guess is Americans with Disability Act camp. I never even heard that this was a thing before. An ADA camp. They put them in camps?
Did they have arts and crafts or boating?
Or sounds like a different kind of camp to me, if I'm honest, but an ADA camp where he will be assigned.
Are we talking like summer feel-good movie camp or German?
I'd watch it if the trailer didn't spoil the whole thing. Is that he'll spend his time at an ADA camp where he'll be assigned an inmate orderly to help him through the daily routines. Also, as far as Sabrina wanting snail mail, at this point, it's almost obsolete behind bars because of their tablets. Their outside communication is now mostly email or phone calls behind bars. I will also confirm what a buddy at Coleman stated about cigarettes. $10 per is usually the going rate, depending on accessibility. $10 per cigarette. Yeah, behind bars. Smartphones are also a hot commodity, but they're
more expensive
also
in New York.
late star phones that you can buy off Amazon that we find frequently. It's L8STAR, whatever the hell that is, he says. There are also late star phones that you can buy off Amazon that we find frequently. They're about the size of your thumb. What?
Oh, it's tiny.
I never heard of this before.
You know why?
And you can text?
Hold on. Let me bring this up. Oh, in the okay, hold on. L8 star mini phone.
Size of your...
Oh, my God. Are these are real?
Let's see them.
I'll tell you what, for the butt smuggler
cute.
guy, this is a breakthrough.
I mean, once a month, we all go way bigger than that.
I don't want to give you the memes, but I imagine the person smuggling the first cell phones in was not thrilled when you had those big, great
The Zach
blocks.
Morris
Sure, why do you have an antenna coming out of your throat?
Yeah. Now we've got these things that you said are the issue behind bars. I'm looking at them now. They're little, teeny, tiny phones.
Yeah,
They're
but
little.
What are you doing on that besides a call?
This thing has apps and everything. Yeah, this thing is a touchscreen, apps.
Better smuggle some readers for me. What? I don't understand.
Face ID. It's little, but I guess much, much easier to smuggle in these little
Damn, I
tiny
want
smartphones.
one.
That's genius. I never even thought of this. Thank you for the information. He says, they're about the size of your thumb. Gangs do run almost all contraband, and no matter how hard we try, we'll always be behind their game, just trying to catch up and take our wins when we can. I guess Sealand was right. He works in the prison world on the other side. He's one of the jailers.
I believed in you.
The phone other side, or
No. Like one of the guys who keeps the prisoners in. Keep up the stellar work, says Chris. And that'll have to do it for right now as we get started here on the show. When we come back, we'll give you the details on the Tiger Woods DUI rollover crash. Why doesn't this guy have a driver? What really happened here? What happens next? And most importantly, why one attorney says Tiger Woods is going to win and they're going to drop all of the charges for this reason. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747.
Hello! Welcome to Monday. Tiny new feature alert. For those of you on TNJ chat, if you spend your points that you've earned up from chatting and playing games and winning and doing all that fun stuff on TNJ chat, available at chat.thenewsjunkie.com. If you spend your points by clicking the points in chat, you can buy a big emote. And when you use a big emote, it will pop up right on the screen. You will see the big emote reaction. Only available on chat.thenewsjunkie.com. How are we? Thank you for the gifted subs. 10 gifted subs. Are you kidding me? Wow. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Wow. Hold on, who was that? I just happened to look at the screen. Gotta give you a shout for that, though. How do I do this? Stream manager. Maya, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Maya, you are a real MVP. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, Maya. All right, a couple of minutes and we're back live. Hey, Soul Train. Hey, MFQ. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Kev. Hey, Abraham. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Pitt. Hey, Funky. Hey, T. Phrase. Flats. Hey, everybody. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. Is he gonna get away with it? A lawyer has said there's a reason why Tiger Woods is going to win this and everything will be dropped. I'm going to tell you that and explain everything that happened here in a moment. But do you think Tiger, with all his money and power, will Tiger Woods get away with it, chat? Yes or no? Put your predictions in now. what I should add to TNJ chat? This is why it's beautiful to have a platform where you have full control. Gorgeous. I should put predictions in so that when we have something like this going on, people can make predictions in TNJ chat. We can lock the predictions. And then when the event happens, we can grant points based on the decisions they made. Hell yeah! Dig it. Yeah, like Poly Market, but for TNJ chat. Without wasting real money. Finally, guys, I thought it was over. I thought it was over. When I started the show, first of all, I logged into the YouTube. I'm on my YouTube channel, and there's nothing there. I log into my YouTube dashboard, and there's nothing there. And I said, well, there you go. There you go. YouTube had enough, and they just completely canceled the account, close it down, get out of here. But I was able to see the live stream, and I was able to put the thumbnail in there. However, when we start, I look down and I go, there's 30 people watching? I said, there's 30 people watching? I have fallen off in the biggest way. Turns out that was not correct. Yeah, it turns out that was not correct. It finally caught up. YouTube's having some problems today, it seems. All right, 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. We're going to go from front to back over what happened with Tiger Woods over the weekend, why he refuses to get a driver, and then most importantly, why one attorney says he's going to win. Jason says money wins every time. Florida said if he was on a private road, why is this even a thing? Huh. Wait, hold on. Well, rules of the road still apply on a private road, right? Unless it's like your property, your road. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. That's not the loophole. In case you're wondering, that's not the loophole. 1 minute. So it was 3 people watching? No. Thankfully, there was a bit of an issue with the YouTube numbers, and now we're moving. Now we're moving. We're building. But let's get into it. Let's talk Tiger Woods DUI rollover, why he may get away with this, and why the guy refuses to have a driver. All of that coming up in a second here. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a rollover ride. Coming back now.
10-10 shots fired, City Hall building.
How could this have happened in City Hall? Somebody tell me that.
A shocking public murder.
This is one of the most dramatic events that really ever happened in New York City politics.
I scream, get down, those are shots.
A tragedy that's now forgotten. And a mystery.
That may or may not have been political. That may have been about sex.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Rorschach, Murder at City Hall, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
It's you.
Woods, my God, the reason why at least one expert says Tiger Woods is going to beat this thing, and he's going to win. He's going to beat the DUI charge. I'll explain in a moment. Don't forget, you can go hang out with the show on YouTube, Twitch, or even chat.thenewsjunkie.com, where TNJ Chat 2.0 exists. Go hang out over there while you can. And let's talk about this. This weekend, one of the big stories that had people like even C-Lane saying, hey, hang on just a second here. It seems to me like we've done this before. I'm getting hit with the deja vu on this Tiger Woods DUI rollover crash headline I'm seeing here. And Tiger Woods did it again, apparently. And there's people trying to guess what I said there's like one loophole here. There's one loophole where they said Tiger Woods might actually beat these charges and not have to deal with this at all. And people are guessing, and somebody said, well, is it because it happened on a private road? And why are you even getting involved in this if it happened on a private road? And I say, I don't know if that's the way that works. Like, it depends on what you mean by private road. Like, if C-Lane has his own property and he has his own road on it, I think then he could do whatever he wants on that road.
Like, if I had just like a big, piece of land, like Yellowstone size, am I allowed to drive around drunk on it?
I don't know. You know what? I honestly don't know what the answer to that question is.
It's pretty early chat GPT.
Private road, private property. Does that mean cops could even be on it?
If you're in a neighborhood where they have some sort of private road or it's not like a state-owned road, I think you still have to follow the rules of the road. That's not the loophole that I was talking about. I'll tell you what the loophole is in a moment. But right now, let me give you some of the details here because this was one of the big stories over the weekend, and if any of you missed it, I can tell you what happened. Tiger Woods has posted bail. He's been released from a Mount Martin County jail following a DUI arrest. He was not injured in the wreck, but he did roll over his vehicle. And I'll give you his history of
last time.
Yeah, I'll give you the history of crashes from this guy in just a bit here, but the story from WPTV says golfing legend Tiger Woods faces 2 charges after he was arrested on suspicion of DUI following a rollover crash on Jupiter Island just before 2 p.m. on Friday. Investigators said Woods was traveling at a high rate of speed when the crash occurred near the golfer's home. The charges are both misdemeanors that he's facing right now. The Martin County Sheriff John Budenseek said that when officers with the Jupiter Island Police Department responded to the scene, they found a pickup truck pulling a pressure cleaner and a Range Rover on its side. That's Tiger Woods' Range Rover. And I can even see the Range Rover here. Those of you on the stream can see there's a Tiger Woods Range Rover on the side, rolled over. And they said responding officers could see the driver of the Range Rover, quote, might be impaired. Now, I don't want to speak out of turn here, and I want to tell you, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but the rumor around town is that Tiger Woods, when he gets pulled over, it's not necessarily that the man has been tossing back whiskey or a whole bunch of Coronas or something. The rumor mill has it that this guy's popping pills. That's what people say, at least. Well, I don't know if it's true.
Hasn't that been the case in the past?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they've proven it, but when they've pulled him over before, I think that has been something that they were focused on, at least. And it makes sense. I mean, the guy's had a lot of injuries and stuff, right? Unfortunately, that is the way a lot of these people get caught up in this. And they get pulled into the world of like pills or even what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the gas station stuff that a lot of people get pulled into. Anyhow, so they said responding officers could see the driver of the Range Rover, quote, might be impaired, prompting them to contact the sheriff's office. So they call the cops out there. They want to see what's going on here. I think I have the press conference. Let's see what we can learn from this. This is the officers talking afterwards.
And exactly what happened in the moments leading up to the crash. We also do not know if anyone else was perhaps involved. We are hearing from the Martin County Sheriff right now, John.
Here we go.
Let's listen in.
We'll tell you everything that I know at this time.
All right, tell me.
So just before 2 p.m. today, the Jupiter Island Police Department, which is where we currently are, received a call of a rollover crash.
This may make me have to pee. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time.
I don't want like a massage or audiobook.
There's like a definitely water-based noise. This is some sort of koi
We're going to do
pondish.
this press conference next to a nice water feature to show Jupiter we do things just a little bit different.
This is where I'm by the television. And I'm like, oh, come on. I got
About 2.5 miles from where we are. The Jupiter Island Police Department responded out there and found a pickup truck pulling a pressure cleaner trailer.
All right.
And a Land Rover, which was rolled over on the driver's door. And we're going to provide you photos of that. The investigation started, and initially, right off the top, it did appear that the driver of the Land Rover might be impaired.
All right, so they're saying he might be impaired. They're showing his Range Rover on its side. He's saying Land Rover, but it says Range Rover on the back. I'm looking at it here. And I want to ask you guys a question. And everybody, answer as honest as you can. If this happened to you and your vehicle rolled over on the driver's side, do you think you could get out of the car? Do you think you could get out of the car? Your driver's side door is on the ground, all right, just for the record. Your other door is straight up in the air. Do you think you could get out of that Range Rover? And did Tiger Woods? I assume he did. I assume that he crawled out of this thing. I don't know. That's probably
like
harder
Windows
than it seems.
Not working, or going to consider that the battery is dead and have to use your strength or hopefully that little tiny hammer that breaks.
No, I would think the windows would still work, right?
Yeah,
I would think. I would think you would still have power, and I would think the window would still be able to roll down. But you would have to get all the way up there and then pull yourself up and get out of there. Some people saying yes, they could do it. I almost want to put this to a test for those of you who would say yes.
You could possibly use your center console as a step.
Why aren't you using the passenger seat as a step?
Well, you got to use your center console first.
But then
you know what I would
put
do?
It a little forward.
I'd probably pop that back hatch and I'd probably crawl through the middle.
Yeah, but I don't have a back hatch.
Like Ace Ventura coming out of that Rhino, I would come out the back end of the Range Rover, I think. I don't know if I'd be able to do it otherwise. Oh, there's a good idea. Somebody says, I'd go out through the sunroof. If it opens up all the way, you might be able to. But anyhow, Tiger Woods was inside this vehicle and they thought he was drunk.
At that point, the Chief Ewing of Jupiter Island Police Department called me from the Martin County Sheriff's Office and asked for
windshield wipers still going.
Oh, it is. Yeah, as they're doing the live shot, the rear windshield wiper on the Range Rover is still functioning. So there was power.
Jupiter Island Police Department isn't fully capable of doing these types of investigations, but quite frankly, the Sheriff's Office has a lot more repetitions in these traffic crashes and these types of investigations. Our investigation revealed as follows.
All right, tell me.
Shortly again before 2,
vehicle was moving.
Pressure cleaner truck pulling a trailer, a small trailer, was northbound on South Beach Road.
All right.
And was pulling kind of to turn into a driveway. It was starting to turn into a driveway. And the driver of that vehicle looked in his mirror and saw a Land Rover, a dark-colored Land Rover, overtaking him at high speeds. And I don't know those speeds.
This is almost always the case with him. He's, in these cases, flying in whatever vehicle he's driving. Tiger Woods is behind the wheel like a bat out of hell, popping pills up in the air, and then flying in his Range Rover or whatever he's driving at the time. In this case, the other guy, pressure cleaning, said he tried to pull off because he was kind of scared. And then Tiger Woods goes around him at a high rate of speed and flips.
The Land Rover kept overtaking him. He saw it coming, so he tried to edge off to the side of the road. But this is a small two-lane road, and there was no shoulder for this pressure cleaner gentleman to get off the side of the road. As he was trying to move to the side of the road, the Land Rover overtook him at the last minute, swerved to avoid a collision, but clipped the back end of the trailer of the pressure cleaner apparatus.
Oh, God. That's
Listed to the side and then rolled on the driver's door north past the truck that had just avoided the crash with.
What an idiot.
The individual driving that Land Rover was able to crawl out the passenger door of the car and was identified to be Mr. Tiger Woods. Our DUI investigators came to the scene here, and Mr. Woods did exemplify signs of impairment. They did several tests on him. Of course, he did explain the injuries and the surgeries that he had. We did take that into account.
I'm going to use it next time I'm drunk and I get in some trouble. I'm not exemplifying anything. He was exemplifying signs of being drunk.
He was really good at it. Like he exemplified signs of impairment.
Well, he's got a history of doing this, as far as we know. So maybe he is very good at it. Maybe Tiger Woods is really good at it.
But they did do some in-depth roadside tests. And when it was determined, he was placed under arrest and taken to the Martin County Jail. At the Martin County Jail, and even on scene, we really weren't suspicious of alcohol being involved in this case, and that proved to be true at the jail.
What'd you know?
So, Mr. Woods did a breathalyzer test, blew 000s, but when it came time for us to ask for a urinalysis test, he refused, and so he's been charged with DUI, with property damage, and refusal to submit to a lawful test.
All right, so that's it. That's what happened. That's what Tiger Woods has been charged with. And in a minute, I'll get to
get a DUI. If they didn't get the proof.
It's driving under the influence. It doesn't have to be of alcohol. That's why they do the roadside tests and whatnot. And if you took LSD and drove a car, you would blow a 0.0. But you would still be driving under the influence. Marijuana, all of these things can be the same outcome. It doesn't have to be, even though it's they talk about intoxication sometimes, it doesn't have to be actually alcohol. I don't believe that you're on. So that's what they charged him with. But I'll give you the reason why this one attorney says Tiger Woods is going to beat this. This attorney, and there's a pretty decent theory, but the one attorney says Tiger Woods is going to beat this. This is Tiger Woods', I don't know, fourth at least incident of this happening. Hang on, let me bring up the story because I was looking at one of these. I go, you never want one of these.
The timeline of DUI arrests?
Yeah. Hold on. It says Tiger Woods arrested. Here is the timeline of the golf greats' greatest. Oh, no, sorry, not greatest. Golf greats' vehicle incidents. It would be awesome if they said greatest vehicle crashes. They talk about 2009 in Islesworth, the day after Thanksgiving, November 27th, he crashed his SUV into a fire hydrant and tree outside Tiger Woods' Islesworth home.
Isleworth
home.
And this was after this, what determined that he was with a stripper, right?
This was the
incident?
early one where all the affairs started to roll out, and he lost all his endorsements and went to a rehab clinic and stuff.
Did you guys ever watch that documentary that they did about the accident and the
I think I did.
The tabloids finding out about his affairs and how far they went to get the evidence?
Oh, really? How? I don't know. I don't remember that part of it, but I think I watched it.
So there was a person
squeeze it out of somebody or what?
There was a person he was hooking up with.
We're just going to push on your belly a little bit.
No, that wasn't the case because protection was used.
Oh, okay.
But the protection was thrown out the window in the parking lot of the Perkins or whatever that he was hooking up with this chicken.
I'm not touching it. I'm not gay.
That wasn't the tabloids' take on it. They went and they picked it up and they were like, "We got it."
Wow.
Tiger sperm.
Yeah. Stored it in their mouth for the drive.
Okay,
of course.
John,
keep it to temp. Got to keep it to temp. 2009 in Islesworth, that was the crash, and no charges. Isleworth, excuse me. That was the crash where no charges were filed, but that became a big giant thing in Tiger Woods' world. Then in 2017 at Palm Beach Gardens, I think I'm saying that one correctly, on May 29, 2017, Tiger Woods was discovered unconscious behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz at about 3 a.m. Authorities said the vehicle had 2 flat tires on the driver's side. The brake lights were on and the right blinker was operating. He had extremely slow and slurred speech. Results of a toxicology report revealed at that time, during the second incident, Tiger Woods had Vicodin, Dilaudid, which is comparable to heroin. I've tried that Dilaudid stuff before. It's a wild ride.
Well, was it comparable?
It was, I think. And also, you would never, ever get behind the wheel on that stuff. But he had Vicodin, Dilaudid, Xanax, Ambien, and THC in his system, according to a newspaper. That was a month after he underwent spinal fusion surgery. He was arrested and charged with DUI. He entered a guilty plea to reckless driving and agreed to a plea deal in which his DUI charges were dropped. Then, you remember, in 2021 in California, He had the single car crash where he was on his way to a photo shoot. He crashed his Genesis G80 SUV, and he was going about 85 miles per hour or so. He busted his leg all up like crazy and crashed the Genesis.
Oh, that was the one that wasn't his.
Yeah, it was because he was at the Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament, so they gave him one of these vehicles to drive. He crashed that one. And now we have this one, the fourth accident of its kind, where Tiger Woods arrested on suspicion of a DUI on Friday after crawling out of his rolled over vehicle on Jupiter Island. I got more for you, including why Tiger Woods won't get a driver and the excuse that an attorney says is going to knock this whole thing out and Tiger Woods will beat the charges. We'll get to that in a bit. We got our friend Amy Kay joining us. We're going to talk about what's happening with these NASA astronauts and their big plans this week and a whole lot more. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes. Commercials? We don't need those stinking commercials on the stream. I mean, we do need commercials to keep the operation going, though. Folks, I got a rate my blank for you. We're going to talk about it next.
Sponsored by WeatherBug. Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecasts with WeatherBug. It's easy to use and provides real-time customizable alerts, so the weather never takes you by surprise.
91 days left in my contract with iHeartRadio. 91 days. 91 days. I will remind you, usually these deals are done 1 year out. Not 3 months or less, but 1 year out. And I have 91 days on this deal. There are some rather dramatic events occurring behind the scenes, which I may tell you about at some point in time. But nothing good as of yet, if you're looking for this show to continue as it is. However, with 91 days left, I have a rate my blank for you, which I'll give to you, the lovely chat people, first. Today's rate my blank, which could get you a prize if you are the winner, if we find yours to be the best, is rate my doodle. Draw me at my next job. It's a rate my doodle, draw me at my best job. Now, how do I participate in that, you ask? Draw something, draw me at my next job after these 91 days are up, and then take a picture of it on thenewsjunkie.com as a photo dispatch. And we'll look at all of them that come in, and you can look at them too on thenewsjunkie.com in the dispatches section. It's a rate my blank, rate my doodle edition. Draw me in my next job in 91 days. All right? I suck at drawing. That's okay. That kind of makes it better, honestly. It's like when a little kid draws something and you're like, oh, and the sun's like this big over a person's shoulder, and you know what I mean. Rate my blank. It's rate my doodle. Draw me in 91 days after my contract is over. What job am I doing? That's your mission. I have no drawing skills. Less than 0, says Missy. Perfect. Stick figures will do. You can do it. I know you can. Watch, I'll show you. Ready? I'm going to draw Missy, okay? Here's Missy. Okay. All right. We're back in 1 minute. Tell me that's not gorge. Full on. Absolutely. Rate my blank, rate my doodle edition. Draw me in 91 days. What's my next job? Take a picture as a photo dispatch, submit it on the website. We're coming back right now.
Every day, $7 in some locations.
In the heart of America, dreams aren't just wishes, they're realities waiting to unfold. At the Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream, we celebrate stories of people that are turning visions into victories. Through access to capital that fuels companies, entrepreneurship that sparks innovation, healthcare breakthroughs that save lives, and education that empowers futures. These pillars build bridges to brighter tomorrows. For more inspiring stories, visit MCAAD.org.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit thenicklygroup.com.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
the contract, and it's not looking good, folks. I don't want to be woe is me kind of guy, but woe is me literally over here, okay? I'll give you more info on that in just a moment here on the show. Join us with a dispatch, an email, anything else you want to get on the show with your feedback. The email side is tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Dispatches are recordings that allow you to be part of the show, audio or video recordings. Record yours at thenewsjunkie.com. It is a Monday on the show, and that means we do Rate My Blank. And I've got one for you today. With 91 days left on my iHeart deal, and then the end is nigh. The end is there after that, actually. 91 days and then gone. With that much time left on the contract, I want you to know a couple of things before I tell you the goal here for Rate My Blank Doodle Edition. Usually iHeart makes these deals when you have a year left. That's when you make the new deal. When you have a year left, not 3 months, not less than 3 months, all right? Not less than 3 months, but a year. That's when they generally do this. So that's why this is an interesting situation here. And there's 91 days, and obviously I'm not the TSA. Don't expect me to come in if I'm not under contract and getting paid. In fact, they tried that with me last time. About 12 years ago or something, they tried this with me. And my contract ended, and they were supposed to bring me up to one of the full slots on the show, on the station, I should say, the station where we're based out here in Orlando. And I was sitting there waiting, and I go, well, the time's up. And they said, would you mind continuing coming in, even though you're not under contract anymore? And I said, in so many words, no, that's never going to happen. And so I ended that show. I ended it at that time. Within, I think, a couple of weeks, they had brought me back on board, and we had a plan on what to do next. But all of that stuff is generally done way ahead of time. This is how radio works. You do like these contracts, and you're locked into the contracts for a while, and mine is up in 91 days. And all the conversations I've had with the suits, it's been weird because the iHeart suits were really gung-ho. I didn't reach out to them at all. I didn't care about talking about this. I thought this might be a good exit ramp time and go in another direction and do whatever, maybe do my own thing. But I didn't reach out to them at all. They were the ones reaching out to me. I had a couple of meetings. I told them what I wanted. And then that was about 2 months ago or so. And now we're down to 91 days. There's a meeting coming up with the suits. I do not anticipate that this is going to go well. I've already told you this. And if I'm gone the next day, like if I'm burning vacation days the next day, then things didn't go well and you know where it's going. But to celebrate that, well, for some of you celebrate it, for most of you not. 91 days left. I want to do a Rate My Blank Doodle Edition. And here's what you got to do. I don't care how bad you are at drawing. I want you to grab a pen or some pencils, some colored pencils. I want you to grab a piece of paper, and I want you to draw me in 91 days. All right? and we'll see what job I'm doing in your doodle when that comes through. Draw me in 91 days for Rate My Blank, Rate My Doodle edition. Draw me in 91 days and then take a photograph of it over at thenewsjunkie.com and post it as a photo dispatch. You can go over to the website and see all of these. When people will send these through, you'll be able to see what they said. You see what they think I'm going to be doing in 91 days. Some of them will be funny, I'm sure. We'll see how it goes, and we'll look at them on the show. We'll choose a winner. I'll send you a bunch of stuff from our prize closet over here, magnets and some merch and some other stuff like that if you win today. But 91 days left on my iHeart contract, and I want you to draw me in 91 days. What am I doing? What do things look like? How is it going? Draw that, and then take a picture with what's called a photo dispatch. You'll see the links there right on the homepage at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, I got to get further into what's happening with Tiger Woods and what the attorney says. One attorney says could get him out of this whole thing. Oh, my God. How did you guys draw these so fast?
AI. It's got to be AI.
I'm telling you, I don't think they are.
Did you say it during Skull Mike?
Yeah, I did, just briefly. So, already, this is me with viral news stories on a sign for 25 cents. I'm selling viral news stories on the side of the road. I'm crying here, so things haven't gone well in 91 days.
You look skinnier, though.
Because you haven't eaten.
My clothes are falling off of me because I'm poverty-stricken, I think, is what's happening here. But, yeah, there it is. Viral news stories, 25 cents a piece on the side of the road. That's from Bootsy Moonshine. Here's day 92 from Living La Vida Loca. It's got C-Lane and Sabby. I think are you in the clouds?
We're dead.
No, you're not. I'm in hell. I'm hanging in hell on the bottom here. iHeart execs, I think, maybe have dropped me. And then you two are in the clouds. It's hard to really read into what's going on since it's such a small design, but it's good nonetheless. That was coming in from Living La Vida Local. Here's somebody who's got me as a pizza delivery driver. I got a Papa John's shirt on, and I've got some sort of delivery vehicle here that has the News Junkie on the side, and I'm smoking. I'm back to smoking. I ain't going back to smoking, no matter what direction anything goes in. That's not going to happen for me.
You've said that before.
I'm not. I have gone back to smoking multiple times, but I haven't smoked in years now. This is this Rate My Doodle has me back on a plane where I guess I'm supposed to be all along. And it's like, yeah, me in a pilot's uniform. I'm flying a plane. It's going to be real awkward considering I don't like flying. That will be one minor problem that particular job holds for me. But send yours. That's a lot of them coming in already, hot and heavy. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. and take a picture of whatever you draw and send it in as a photo dispatch right now. Okay, we got a lot of dispatches that I want to work into. Also, the March Madness stuff. Man, was this wild. I want to just work in one little tiny thing on this. Talk about last second. University of Connecticut and Duke. Number 1, Duke, and number 2, UConn. In the NCAA East Regional Final. Tell me you can't feel this in the bottom of your bones.
To go.
Here we go.
And run through the ball. Who better than this guy?
All right, they're throwing it in here with 8.6 seconds left in the basketball game. And Duke is ahead by 2 points.
And the Boozer back for Sar.
All right.
Boozer, that ball to
blocked at midcourt. Oh. All right, UConn, who's down by 2, gets the ball at midcourt. There's 4.7 seconds left, folks. 4.7 seconds.
Stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds.
Now, 2 seconds left on the clock at this moment. Almost a half-court shot.
Mullins tosses it up.
In. Wow. 0.3 seconds left on the clock. Tell me you don't feel that in your bones, man.
By 1 point a win. That's
unbelievable. Here's something that captured the moment, I think. One of the broadcasters nearly died. the old broadcaster guy.
Caravan, 2 seconds.
Here he goes.
Tosses it up. Oh, it's good. 1.3. UConn goes in front.
He's in shock.
The guy next to him wants to hit him so bad.
The old guy is just like, They broke him.
Utterly impossible.
Not really.
2 seconds.
He just says utterly impossible after a gigantic break.
Tosses it up. It's gone.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000.
Utterly impossible.
Yeah, well, about that.
It took him longer to speak than that entire play.
I think so. My favorite part was watch. Okay, this is one of the players, Dan Hurley. Watch his mother. Watch his mother's mouth. This is a visual, but I'll explain it to everybody else. Here's
Which one
of
is
his
her?
mothers. Oh, you'll see in a second. All right, right here is one of the players' mothers,
okay.
and he's about to score this like last minute shot here. Watch her face. Just for those of you listening, Mom said "holy effing s," and there ain't no doubt about it. Like you don't need a lip reader, you don't need nothing. Mom just saw the ball go into the hoop,
That's
and
my boy.
on her face once more for those of you on YouTube.com/thenewsjunkie. Mom, I would bet $1 million on what came out of that woman's mouth.
I remember one time watching the Super Bowl, and they had zoomed in on a coach after a play, and he just you couldn't hear it, but you know he was saying "what the f," like,
and they get away with it all the
unmistakable.
So mom was celebrating there, as you can tell. I'll get back into the Tiger Woods thing. I promise I'll pay it off after we talk to Amy Kaufeld in the next segment. I'll tell you why an attorney thinks Tiger Woods is going to get away with all this. I'll tell you the reason why and why Tiger Woods doesn't have a driver. When we come back, I want to talk about the Artemis mission, the NASA astronauts going back to the moon. Who are these people? What's going on? And at some point, we're going to reveal finally what happened to that one sick astronaut. We found out who it was, and now we found out what happened. No one guessed this. It is absolutely wild. All of that coming up next with Amy Kaufeld, and she is coming up next on the News Junkie. Rate my blank. Let's keep those coming in. We got 16 entries already. Draw me. It's a rate my doodle version. Rate my blank. Rate my doodle. Draw me in 91 days. It is now. Not my proudest fap, but the fap I needed. My God. I'll revisit more of those with the Rate My Blank, me in 91 days in just a bit. Sean will be selling tiny feed pics. Rate my noodle? I don't need you to rate my noodle. Because whether you're talking about my brain or my other noodle, the rating is 10. Just so you know. Why do people call your brain your noodle? Say like, this guy, when they talk about your noodle and being your brain, is it because it looks like a bunch of like oodles and noodles? Where does that come from? All right, folks, let's take a look at the grid. Here's our friend Amy Kaufeld. Here's C-Lane Studio Cam. Sabrina. Me. We got a wide shot here. We got a guest shot.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
There she is. How about that? We'll be talking to Amy Kaufeld from Fox in just a moment here on the show. I wonder what the iHeartX think every time they hear Sean talking about this on air. Probably not thrilled, but I mean, this is one of the things I've worked into my deals a very, very long time ago. Okay? One of the things I worked into my deals a very long time ago is I don't want to be approached about content on the show unless you got some sort of ratings catastrophe going on and you're like, Sean, you suck now. Don't come at me. We used to have a boss who would do that. It would be like, well, I heard you said this. I heard you say, and they're like, hey. No, thank you. I got nudes for you, bro. Post them as a photo dispatch for Rate My Blank today, and then involve me in 91 days in there with my gig. Hey, by the way, my gig could still be here. Probably won't. Let's hear it for Kyle. Kyle just got a new job. Kyle, are you hiring? Asking for a friend that is me. 90 seconds and we're back live. TNJ Bot posting the news. Everything you need to know about NASA's moon mission launching this week. Artemis 2. Well, we don't have to wait and click that link. We got Amy K right there. Who are these astronauts? What are they doing? What the hell's going on behind the scenes? And this mystery astronaut sickness finally revealed. What was it? My jaw hit the floor. I'm telling you. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. If we got 91 days to do this, we might as well have some fun, right? Here we go.
At a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
I'll show you.
There's one that I really like.
Oh, great. I can't wait to see this one. I bet I could pick it out when I go over to those. Rate My Blank for this Monday is I've got 91 days left on my contract. Draw me in 91 days. All right? What am I doing? What's going on? Draw me in 91 days over on thenewsjunkie.com is where you can snap a picture of your drawing, submit it as a photo dispatch. We'll pick a winner and crown you the victor and give you something great. Right now, folks, you know what time it is. It's Monday, and here we go. Let's welcome in our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. There she is.
Guys.
There she is, Amy. We got to talk space. We got to talk space today.
We do.
I'm so excited.
We have to talk space.
I know you've been the one who's been kind of keeping me in the loop here. I've been doing something you should all do, which is I follow Amy Caulfield. Search for her wherever you're on social media. Follow Amy Caulfield. She's the best follower on there. Or she's the best follow, I should say, on there. She gives really great content.
She's a pretty good follower, too.
Great follow. Loves to like.
A little bit of both.
Sends hearts.
And
I will follow him.
and Amy Caulfield has been posting about what's going on with this new NASA mission, Artemis 2. And through that, I've gotten a peek at who these astronauts are, what they're doing. And I got to tell you, Amy, you've gotten me excited for this. I'm excited, and I think you are, too.
Happy to hear it, Sean. You and about 400,000 of your friends will be headed to the Space Coast on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the evening to witness history. And we are expecting a huge crowd. Brevard County Emergency Operations has already issued warnings about what you can expect as far as traffic is concerned, road closures, and all of that. Also to be said that this is the largest rocket to be blasting off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station and Space Force Station. So it will be very loud. So we are accustomed to these Falcon 9s, which are not nearly as large as this particular rocket. It is going to be very loud. You will hear it if you are in, anywhere within earshot. Your house might rattle a little bit. That we could, potentially get a sonic boom. So people just need to be aware that this is happening. And I personally find it a little surprising that people are not more excited about it.
I think they will be in the next, little bit here before this launch actually goes off, because they're getting to know about it. They're getting to know right now, again, through you, Amy. But let's talk about a couple of things from the rocket. Is this a SpaceX? I think that's what you said. Is it a SpaceX rocket that they're going up in?
We're accustomed to the SpaceX rocket. So this is actually the Artemis 2 is part of a NASA program.
Okay.
So the Orion, the actual capsule is SpaceX. It's basically sort of what I would call like a group effort,
like
for lack of a better term.
Okay.
It's a group effort, right? So there's a lot of different people that are coming together to make this happen. So everybody has a hand in making sure that this is successful. And there have been some bumps along the way. As you guys know, we had to roll it back. A lot of the parts they're using for this particular rocket are what we like to call old rocket parts. And when Congress went ahead and said, you know what, yes, we can move forward with this rocket, this moon rocket mission, one of the things they said is they wanted to repurpose a lot of the parts from the old rockets that we have used in the past, including the space shuttle program.
How does the astronaut feel about that?
Yeah. So the problem is that, yes, there are some new parts mixed in, but they're also trying to use old fueling systems and other things that maybe wouldn't work as well as what we're seeing. This is why we're seeing such success with the Falcon 9 rockets is, right, they're using updated technology. We're trying to repurpose old technology, mix it in with new technology to make this particular rocket go up.
All right. So this thing is going to blast off. This collaboration is going to lead these astronauts up into space, and then they're in like a capsule, and I'm probably going to screw this up, so you can set me straight here, Amy K. The capsule is going to separate and then go around the moon.
Correct.
And then come back and then splash down somewhere. Is that about right? Is that what's going on?
Yes, that's right. So here's the thing, and this is where it gets complicated. So we have never gone this far before. We have never sent humans to the dark side of the moon, and they will witness things and see things that have not been seen before. But here's where it gets complicated. So we have already done this with Artemis 1, and Artemis 1 did it successfully, but there were no humans on board. So now what they're testing is they want to basically fully validate the Orion, which is the capsule, to make sure that it can support life, which is a little scary. You got 4 humans on board.
Yeah.
So air, water, temperature, all of that has to be able to maintain human life. If this works as planned, this is a 10-day mission, then it will come back. And then we were originally going to make Artemis 3 be the mission that lands on the moon. But that is not the case anymore.
Do they have
now
a rate of survival at this point? I've just got a lot of anxiety of what you just described.
I know it's a little scary, right? But Artemis 1 did it fine. Artemis 1 was fine. So, but now we're actually going to put humans in there. So it's, I would say it raises the stakes, right? It makes it a little more complicated and maybe a little bit more, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do astronauts get nervous? I don't know.
Oh, they wouldn't tell you if they did. They're steely.
Right. They're like...
Yeah, they're steely in their constitution, Amy. But just so I can get a picture on this, and I'm not sure, I'm not trying to just throw this at you. Maybe you don't know exactly. But let's say we're counting this off. When you said it's a 10-day mission, am I to take from that it's going to take 3 or 4 days to actually get to the moon? So if we imagine we were in a car or something.
That's a good question. That part I'm not sure. Let me see how long it will take them. I'm not sure I don't know in the timeline when they'll actually achieve that furthest point. I'd have to look to see.
Let me see Artemis 2 timeline. I'll try to bring this up.
You can find it.
Yeah. But so they're blasting off there. They're trying to see if they can do the. If they're trying to see if this is successful, they could do this for a lot longer. Correct. And then are they still planning on actually putting feet back on the moon after all this? Or
yes. So the long-term goal is to actually create a lunar base, and NASA has now created. If you can go and find, they actually have a NASA Moon Base, which is a new handle that. So yes, the goal is to eventually, and then the Orion capsule will basically be transporting supplies to build a base on the moon. And the idea will be, we have the ISS, but the ISS has a lot of problems. It's leaking. It's just time for the ISS to come home. Okay, there you go. Good job, Sean. And so it's time. The ISS needs to retire. They want to bring it down, I think, by 2030. And so the idea would be that we'll have a base on the moon. And, yes, we'll probably have a new ISS at some point, but they want to actually have a base on the moon where astronauts will live full time.
Are we in cahoots with the other countries that also share the ISS with us?
So there is a Canadian astronaut who is going up with us on this mission. And so, yes, there will be other countries who work with us on this. Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, it's really, it's really cool. It's very impressive. I think people are going to be watching this closely, and I think people will be excited about this. And I imagine the astronauts are excited to have something new kind of driving them forward. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quickly, and we talked about this on the show when it first went down. There was a NASA astronaut, and he got sick when he went up to the International Space Station, right? Now, first they told us, hey, one of the astronauts in the International Space Station is not doing well. This person is sick, but we're not telling you who, and we're not telling you what's wrong with him, okay? Then, after quite some time went by, they decided to release to us that it was this astronaut named Mike Fink, or Finky, Fink.
Yeah, Mike Fink.
Mike Fink, the astronaut. They said, it's okay, here's the guy, but it's his deal, so we're not going to tell you what was wrong with him, what the medical scare in space was. They've now revealed what it is, and I was not expecting this at all. All right? I did not expect this at all. They said the astronaut who prompted NASA's first medical evacuation said earlier this year that doctors didn't know why he suddenly fell sick at the ISS. Four-time spaceflyer Mike Fink said he was eating dinner and prepping for a spacewalk when it happened. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he couldn't talk.
What?
He lost his ability to speak in the moment.
Like in the Matrix?
Yeah, like all of a sudden he's in space and he couldn't talk. He said it was out of the blue, completely out of nowhere and amazingly quick. He said he doesn't remember any pain, but his crewmates jumped into action because they thought he was in distress. They said it was all hands on deck in a matter of seconds. They don't know exactly what happened, but he wasn't able to talk and something was going wrong with him.
He could talk again.
It's crazy.
Though, right?
Yeah,
20 minutes, he said he was like that. They consulted the flight surgeons at Mission Control. They all basically jumped into action to try to figure out what was going on. They used an ultrasound, which they have in space, to try to determine it. And then, as you guys know, they brought them back a month early. And I read it was actually the story with a lot of interest this morning. One, Mike felt terrible because there was a female astronaut that they were prepping for a spacewalk. There was a female astronaut who was supposed to go out and do the spacewalk with him, who he said it would have been her first spacewalk.
No.
So he felt terrible about that. Because they had to cancel. There were 2 spacewalks they had lined up. They had to cancel both of them. And then he said he got back to Earth and he said he went on an apology tour. And I'm sure you read this, Sean. He said he apologized to everyone that he could, he was like, I just was running around like, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And the whole time he didn't even know what was wrong with him. He just knew like something happened, right?
Yeah.
And they still don't really know what the cause was. Did he have a stroke? Was he choking? Like, they don't know.
Yeah.
But Jared Isaacman, who is the new administrator for NASA, said, Mike, you got to stop apologizing. You can't be sorry. This is what he said, everything we do in space is a test, right?
Yeah.
And so this was a test for us to say an astronaut was sick and something happened and we had to bring them home in an emergency situation. And he was like, and so we proved we can do it. But here's the thing, you guys, and I think this is where it gets a little scary. We all saw them get out of the capsule. I was watching thinking, like, which one of them is going to look sick, right? They all looked fine.
I was doing the same thing.
They're all smiling. They look happy. But what if somebody really did have a massive heart attack or a stroke or something bad happened? It still took them a week to bring them home.
I see Doug on Twitch says, I can imagine somebody saying, "Oh, now you can speak," when he's on his apology tour. Okay, all right.
So you mentioned that there are surgeons, like, right? You said onboard surgeons?
Flight surgeons on the ground. Yeah, on the ground.
Do they have defibrillators in space? Or
yeah. And they do.
They had an ultrasound.
Imagine.
Right.
Yeah, they have defibrillators. They had an ultrasound. They have like all this medical equipment. But imagine if you're like Mike's buddy, and you're like all of a sudden you have to do like, I don't know, like, you know, like what if you have to do a tracheotomy? What if you can't breathe? Or what if, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything is so much more difficult given the fact that you're in space. It's like and just unprecedented, so many different things. But that's what was happening. This mystery ailment was that he all of a sudden lost the ability to talk in space, and they still don't know what happened. But that's what freaked out this astronaut that they had to evacuate. It's going to be a big, interesting week for this stuff. So make sure you're following Amy to see what's going on here. But there are a lot of other things happening. What else is on your radar, Amy?
Are you guys following this crazy story about this influencer? His name is, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Here we go.
I don't follow him. Is it Clavicular?
That's right. You got it. Yeah.
Okay, Clavicular. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a Florida guy. I think he's in his early 20s. I want to say he's 20. He's 20. Okay, he's 20.
Looks Max guy, right, Sean?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's him.
Yes, that's it. That's the one, Sabrina. So, so he's now in trouble. He was just extradited out of Broward County to Osceola County because apparently he set up a fight between these two women. And like, I don't know what he told them or what it was that, you know, he did to try to get these two women to fight, but he intentionally set up this fight. It was a 19-year-old girl and I think a 24-year-old, and got them to fight at this Airbnb just so he could allegedly film it and then post the video on social media. So the fight happened last month. He was the one who is alleged to have rented this house. It happened in Osceola County. The sheriff's office is now investigating him. But apparently, you guys, this is the same guy. And I don't know if you guys saw the big hubbub last week with Florida Fish and Wildlife, where they said that somebody was shooting an alligator and posted the video. And they were saying it was really disturbing. They were trying to figure out what was behind it. Apparently, it's the same guy.
Yeah, this guy is like one of those streamers who's out there trying to cause trouble.
But he just got in trouble. So is there any sort of like remorse, consequences at all? Or he gets out of jail and then he does something else?
No, he's banned from most of the platforms. I think the platform he was streaming on, that Kick platform that a lot of these people are on, I think they banned him too. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe. But that's kind of a business model for a lot of these guys now. Like, just cause chaos, just be the terrible, nasty person, and then monetize at the end, you know, somehow, some way. But yeah, that guy has been popping up quite a bit on a lot of these timelines here. I'm sure you saw the Tiger Woods story as well, Amy.
It's so sad, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and this is, listen, this is the fourth bad crash, I think, right? The fourth bad crash that he's had, or the fourth incident that he's had with a vehicle. And who I really feel bad for, you guys know that his son just signed to be a golfer at Florida State. Like, this is the time of your life where, you know, it should be about your kids and like their success. And I think there's nothing worse as a parent. God, it just makes me sad. Like, like I feel bad for these kids. Like, they have to go out in the world and like they know their friends are talking about them by their back and you know, making fun of their parent for what's going on. And it just makes me sad. It's like, you know, when you have everything in the world going for you, all the money and all the success and the fame and the fortune, and like I don't know. I don't know if it's true. If you guys probably saw the headline that Vanessa Trump made some comment. Am I allowed to spell it?
No. I
can't even spell it.
Did you dump it?
Yeah, I dumped it. Amy, you bad gal. You
Amy, what?
B-A-T-G-I-R-L.
Amy, what the F you see?
Wait,
come on, guys.
Wait.
Get the sh.
Are we allowed to spell on the news?
No,
because
you
I
can't,
have.
no.
Okay.
Amy, Amy's like, the FCC abides by the same rules that you do when you're a parent around kids. You just spell it out.
Kind of my favorite moment ever. But,
hey, that was the first Amy K dump we've ever had.
Thanks for dumping, Sabrina.
Oh, of
Get me in
course.
trouble.
Ready to dump. I got you covered.
I agree with you, though, by the way. I mean, come on.
No more spelling, please.
There is with the Tiger Woods thing, there's a level of this where you just go, this guy literally has it all. And the only thing you need to do now is like stop crashing your car.
Yeah, but he thinks he's unstoppable.
I guess so. Well, those are the people who every time I've run into somebody like this in my life, it's always been somebody where you go, stop. What are you doing? Stop it. And the reason why they don't stop it is because they do have so much going for them. It's like the parents, the kids with rich parents will screw up so many times. Why? Because their parents will bail them out over and over and over and over again. And there's never like a real lesson that they end up learning in these cases. And then somebody like Tiger Woods, he's got the money. He just does whatever he wants
to drive. You know what? He should spend,
stupid.
I don't know, $10,000 on a driving simulator. And you can roll your car over.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's true. You know, we read these headlines, and some of these are like tabloid type, magazines or whatever. But there was a headline this morning that, and whether it's true or not, I don't know, is that said that he really values his privacy and that he doesn't want a driver to know where he's going. That he would just rather, he's private and he wants to drive himself.
That's what he says.
He doesn't want somebody to know where he's going or follow him around.
This is the opposite of privacy, Tiger.
Here's the thing. Tiger, you can say this when you have 0 crashes on the board.
Yeah.
By the time you get to 4, no one cares. It's like, you're going to lose some privacy? He does. He's the one who is like an NDA ninja. Like he's the best of the best. Remember when Tiger Woods had his driver send the woman he was dating to the airport, and then she thought she was going on a vacation, and then when she got to the airport, she realized he was breaking up with her and he was like flying her somewhere else.
Right, so here's the deal. I think he got it switched up. You break up with somebody, driver drives you so you don't crash.
All you need is just somebody you trust, or just somebody you don't trust that signs an NDA, like Sabrina said. My God, this could be a lot easier.
I just want to spell curse words now.
Well, there she is. She's the bad.
Sorry, I didn't know.
The bad girl of TV news, Amy Caulfield, as they know, the K word herself.
Amy,
there she is.
Amy, there were 2 posts on your Instagram that stuck out to me over the weekend.
90s.
Yeah, this hair.
Oh, let me see. Can you send that to me?
It's right.
Beautiful curly hair. Gotta tell ya.
This is why you watch the show, folks, over on YouTube. This is Amy K. When is this? How old are you here, Amy?
That was 1991. That was senior prom.
Wow. Look at you.
That's some big hair right there. What's
is.
funny, you guys, is my date. That was my date, Jared Jameson. He was just a friend. But he was like, Amy, just one request. Please don't make your hair so big for prom. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. So that, in my mind, that was not so big.
Let me see the photo again.
What would have been so big?
You're almost taller than him because there's so much volume going on in this hair.
I think it's fantastic.
Good for you.
And then I saw that you were the fan of the game at the Seminoles baseball.
No,
how does one just become the fan of the game? Was this
I don't know. It was
nepotism?
Random. Like it popped up, and then one of my daughter's sorority sisters just happened to like have her phone out and took a picture of it. Because otherwise you don't get a picture of that. It's pretty cool. So she just happened to have her phone out, so we got lucky. And got a picture.
They were blown away. It's not often Celine Dion herself shows up at the baseball game in attendance. She is the best of the best. She's a wild one and very, very, very talented.
Apparently a little too wild.
Still got that hair too. Look at you. Amy Caulfield, the best of the best.
Love you guys.
Amy Caulfield. Make sure you're following her on all social media platforms. Search for Amy Caulfield. And you can watch every single morning on Fox 35. Good Day Orlando. That's here locally. Folks,
yeah, it's spelled GOODAYSORALNDO.
Bingo. Follow them on all social media platforms, YouTube, all the rest. Amy K, we'll see you next week.
Love you.
Love you guys.
There she goes. She's awesome. And a quick break. We're back with the other piece of the puzzle. Why Tiger Woods might actually get away with it. There's an attorney with a theory. And I think this is, a pretty good theory. Is it like as good as the January 6th pipe bomber attorney theory? But it's really good. And I think it might work for Tiger Woods. What's going on? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law.
What behind the scenes? Go, Mike. Activate it. LOL at Amy going, yeah. SHIT. which is hilarious. Maybe one of my top 3 Amy K moments of all time. Spelling out the word shit. For those of you wondering, the FCC does not have a spelling workaround. But I wish we did. I wish we did.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando.
We need to get something in chat for her socials so people can click the links.
With their lifetime price guarantee and 100% comfort guarantee. Why shop anywhere else? Limited time.
I'll work on that at some point.
Mattress Warehouse.
What word got her dumped? She said S-H-I-T. Which you can't do. You can't do it.
You know, that's not something that's just going to fix itself. You can brush it off. You can try to joke about it, but when it matters the most, when push comes to shove, it still shows up and it starts messing.
Tiger Woods was dodging a squirrel? That's not what the attorney is saying. It's a really interesting legal argument. And you know, Tiger Woods has all the money. So he's got all those ritzy Palm Beach and Miami attorneys on his side. And they can find all the things that can get you off of these charges.
Results right there in the office. Right there, same day. They're offering a free consultation, but you've got to call now.
So we'll talk about that in a bit.
723-7533. That's 407.
We still have to get to, oh God, there's so much to work in. The Barbie story from this weekend. I know you might roll your eyes in the back of your head a little bit when you hear that, but trust me, if you want to go on a Willy Wonka style fun ride, we'll be doing that at some point in time. It's going to be a fun segment. Dope says, who cares? He's a POS. All right. Tell me how you really feel. I'm a good person. You always know it's a good person when they identify themselves as a good person. Hey, Bird Nerd. Hey, Dispatch Dan. Abraham. Hello. Zero proof of intoxication, Dwayne says. That's not it. That's not the technicality. Although it's an interesting angle because he didn't do the blood test. On the space launch, Tanya says, I'm thankful I can just walk outside and see it from my house so I don't have to be in that mess. Ardenas with an alarming update on TNJ chat. Freaking gas is $4.29. $4.29 is steep. Where are you seeing $4.29? That's a lot. That's hefty. Do we care about Iranian democracy that much? Question mark.
Yo, I'm gonna put you up.
E-Fresh Rock says, I'm thinking of being at the Space Center for the launch. That'll be very cool. Very, very cool. Join TNJ chat, folks, around the clock, not just during the show, but around the clock. Chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Amy K's apologizing. I just tell her that was really funny because you know what? It was really funny. We're back in just a couple of minutes. Mel says, calm down on the gas front. Thank goodness for Costco. She paid $3.69 per gallon. It's not nearly as bad. Quick update on merch. Your orders are on the way. Every single one of you who ordered the latest shirt designs. You will get your shirts along with your magnets, the tie-dye magnet, and your stickers. You will get them this week. Every one of you will get yours. 90 seconds and we're back live. 91 days on the contract. We're going to look at these rate my blank entries. Today It's Rate My Doodle. Draw me in 91 days. Where am I? What am I doing? Draw me for Rate My Blank over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can take a look at all the submissions so far in the dispatches section of the website. Stand by. $60 seconds. All right. Now, it's time to pay it off finally here. The reason why one attorney says Tiger Woods is going to get away with all of this. I'll outline that. We'll give you some TSA updates after that. A lot of good stuff to get to in the show still. Here we go. Coming back now.
And have a prostate. Visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and next steps. Sponsored by Novartis.
College basketball back in the spotlight. March Hoops will have everyone talking.
That game was unbelievable.
Whose brackets are busted, Cinderella stories, and buzzer beaters that make history. Yes! Lock into Fox Sports Radio as your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. Plus, binge on demand podcasts for more coverage with the Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Their front line looks like an NBA front line.
And more. Search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app to stay in the know.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the news.
Days left. Tick-tock on the contract. Thank God. Just going to go to the beach, put my feet in the sand, or we'll see what I'm going to do with the Rate My Blank entries. Rate My Blank on a Monday. The challenge today, it's a Rate My Doodle edition. Draw me in 91 days. And a lot of you have taken this challenge on. We'll get to those. You can see them all on the newsjunkie.com in the dispatches section. But there's an attorney. Now, this attorney says they know what's going on. And this attorney says Tiger Woods is going to get away with it. Here's why. All right. I was very, very surprised by this. But this attorney says Tiger Woods is going to get away with this. And here is why. Let me bring this story up so I get the details right. I don't want to screw it up. But here's the attorney talking about this. This is about Tiger Woods getting pulled over after he rolled over his vehicle. He failed several field sobriety tests. He does the breathalyzer when he's in custody, and he blows a 0.0 on the breathalyzer. Not drunk. It's not alcohol. It's not alcohol. But they still thought that he was out of it. He wouldn't do the urine test or the blood test. He refused to do that. So that led to some charges for Mr. Tiger Woods. Now there is a lot of people who are experts who think he's maybe going to get away with this. Here's why. Tarlika Nunez Navarro, a former Florida judge and the dean and professor of law at St. Thomas University in Miami Gardens. I'm assuming this person knows what they're talking about, right? Former Florida judge. This happened in Florida. Professor of law at St. Thomas University in Miami Gardens. All right, decent bona fides. What do you got for us? This person spoke to WPBF News, and she believes the prosecution will actually have a tough time proving a DUI charge against Tiger Woods. Why? Well, they have no definitive proof that he was impaired. Here's what the former judge says. Florida DUI law requires proof of impairment, not just signs of impairment. Without a urine test, there is no chemical evidence of what substance was in his system or at what level. The prosecution will have to rely entirely on the officer's observation, being that he was, Tiger Woods, lethargic in appearance and his field sobriety test performance. And Tiger Woods' lawyers will counter every single one of those observations with his documented medical history. Nunez Navarro also notes the police may have made a mistake that could lead to Tiger Woods getting away with it all.
What mistake?
The mistake was holding Tiger Woods in jail for 8 hours. Why? Florida law requires a DUI suspect to be held for 8 hours or here's the big or. They require you to be held for 8 hours or until they register under 0.05 on a breathalyzer, whichever comes first. Tiger Woods blew a 0.0. He should have been released within hours, not held the full 8 hours.
Interesting.
His lawyers may file a motion challenging the lawfulness of the detention itself. If the detention was unlawful, anything that happened during that time, statements, observations, anything else, could be suppressed. So there you go. And they said about refusing to take the other test. She goes on to say Tiger Woods' refusal to take the urine test, quote, carries less weight than a positive drug test. Refusing to take a urine test in Florida triggers an automatic 1-year license suspension and a separate criminal charge. But it may have been the strategically correct decision. If Woods had taken the test and it showed prescription medication at therapeutic levels, prosecutors could still argue impairment. By refusing, his lawyers created the reasonable doubt on the substance question entirely. The refusal charge carries less weight than a positive drug test and a DUI conviction. So they think he's going to be headed to another plea deal in this case, but he might be able to wiggle out because you're supposed to be released either after 8 hours in the drunk tank or after you blow a 0.05 or lower. He blew a 0.00, but he was still, according to this attorney and former judge, held in custody for the full 8 hours, and they think that could be what gets Tiger Woods out of this whole thing. I don't know if it'll play out that way, but it's an interesting theory, certainly.
It'd be hilarious if his lawyers read this story and went, did not think of that one.
Thank you for the suggestion. We do appreciate it indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I remember this has got to be the equivalent of back in the day, the advice I always heard, like if you're ever pulled over, don't blow.
Yeah,
don't blow, because if you the minute you blow, they have definitive proof that you have you've committed the crime. But if they don't have the proof, you have a little bit more wiggle room to get either a deal or get some sort of have the case dropped, something like that.
I think I'm right on this. I think even Mo has said that, right? Like Mo has said, don't drink and drive, obviously. But if you're in this circumstance, I believe I've heard Mo on this show say like, hey, if you're in this circumstance, you have to make smart decisions, and you don't want to.
You've already made a pretty dumb decision. Don't pile on.
That's exactly right. Oh boy, here's somebody. This is a very good drawing, but this can't be AI. First of all, excellent work on the drawing. Unbelievable. This is supposed to be me in 91 days when my contract is over.
I don't know. It seems like it could be AI, but
I don't know if the AI would do me scratching my pubic hair like this. I don't know if the AI would allow for that in the drawing. And the hand over here looks like very much hand drawn. Excellent work, though. Really, really impressive stuff. Whoever drew this, I'll tell you who it was.
It looks like there was some AI, and then they like drew over it or something like that.
I'll zoom in so we can investigate more. This is from John. Sent this in. All right, if I zoom and enhance, I mean, I see sketch lines in this, and I see smudges in this. Yeah. What do we think, Chad? Do we think that this was? I think this may have been hand drawn. Now, this is really just inappropriate. This part.
Are they?
My pants are down, and it's got me scratching at my crotch, which is absolutely inappropriate.
And straight.
And my face looks quite stunned. I'll tell you, it looks like I've been through.
It somehow looks like you, though. It's weirdly. I don't know how that they were able to do that. John, good work.
It's just a dot for my eyes and nose and a flat line for my mouth. But you're right. It reads. So tell us what you think.
Did you see the Stephapees?
No, hang on. Was that the one that you thought looked the most like where you think will be in 91 days?
It was pretty good, yeah.
Let me see. There's so many of them now. There's a lot of entries already. By the way, if you missed this, it's Rate My Blank, and it's a Rate My Doodle edition. Draw me in 91 days. Who did you say?
The Stephapee, yeah. You might be in the next page over. There's a lot of doodles coming in.
Yeah, there is a lot. How did I miss this one? There it is right here. Okay. It says, oh, the mighty have fallen on hard times. You can't show that. Oh,
Do I? There's nothing I can do.
don't show that. Okay. Don't.
He was very nice to you.
It's somebody with, this is not me. My hat's on backwards. So that's one giveaway.
Well,
the other one is
the brim of the hat would get in the way of the act that you're performing.
The other one is the act that's occurring here for a $20 bill, apparently, which I don't even have yet. And from the equipment that I'm seeing on this guy, you better add to that $20. This is not an easy go at it. But thank you. You can see that for yourself. The thing I can't show you on the radio, check that out over on thenewsjunkie.com. It's take a picture for the Rate My Blank, draw your version, and then show us what you got going on with a picture as a photo dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, more of those coming in. When we come back the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Thank you for asking. What's coming up on the next episode? 20 years later, the very first Survivor winner has managed to triple his prize pot in what he still owes the IRS. I don't know what I've been told. Rob Schneider's latest statement is quite bold and dumb. Plus, James Tolkien goes from Back to the Future to front to the Golden Gates, and a celebrity stalker is also dead. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
Quick Mo message coming in. Mo said, I previously said don't blow in these cases for, not my drawing, for the DUI Tiger Woods thing. But now that was before it was a crime. It's a crime to not blow or submit a breath or urine test. That just got changed last year. Prior to that, it was not a crime. And there's an argument now that it violates your right against self-incrimination, which is interesting. I think it will be challenged at some point in the courts, but it has not been challenged yet, says our attorney, Mo DeWitt. Thank you, Mo, for the update. Quick break. When we come back, the next episode, as you just heard, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Loud mouths, zero filters, and one very confused FCC agent. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting a warm but
Hello. Welcome in. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Back with the next episode momentarily, and then the entire second half of the show is loaded up with viral news that will shock you to your core. You will pee your pants. You will vomit on yourself. Mom's spaghetti everywhere.
150 years of America. Submit today at America250.org. No purchase necessary. See official rules at America250.org.
Thankfully, Central Florida's warm weather is returning, and if you're expecting higher energy bills, don't worry, because Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim windows can make a real difference. Why? Because they're engineered for our climate. They help reduce heat transfer, block UV rays, and keep your home more comfortable year-round.
Stand by.
During their 31-day spring savings event, when you buy 2 replacement windows or doors, you'll get the third 60% off. It's one of the easiest ways to upgrade comfort, protection, and energy efficiency in a single project. Many homeowners notice a difference immediately. Quieter rooms, fewer drafts, and AC systems that don't have to work as hard. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months, starting your project has never been easier. Here's what Julie had to say about Renewal by Anderson. Wonderful job as expected, the best ever. Thanks, guys. I love my windows. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us. Call Panel Law or visit forthepeople.com.
Okay. How are we today? We doing good on a Monday, everybody? Can I ask you a big favor? First of all, YouTube, how many likes do we have on today's live stream? Let me know. Somebody take a peek, please. All right, we're back in less than 2 minutes. How many likes do we have on the stream on YouTube right now? Got to account for the delay and wait for somebody to post it in chat. From there, we can move. 18? You gotta be kidding me. If I look, I'll shut the stream off, actually. I will shut the stream off. We're back in 60 seconds, and if this is true, if there are 18 likes on the stream right now, I will shut it down. I'm looking. 99. Okay, that's more like it. Let's double those numbers. Take a moment of your time right now on YouTube and just click that like button. It spreads the word. It's very helpful. We're getting back into the viral news with the next episode right now. Hold on to your butts. It's about to get weird. Stand by, newbies. We're about to have a good time. Here we go. Stand by.
47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now. 800-481-9964. That's 800-481-9964. Free bottles for a limited time. Call 800-481-9964. That's 800-481-9964.
At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
Got a thought? Just wanted to chime in. No hold times here.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Tap the red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and send us a voice note instantly.
I do agree with that guess.
A stress-free way to join the convo on your own time. Try it now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
And beyond. And then we got the second half of the show on the way. And boy, is there a lot to get into. More of your Rate My Blank entries and so much more on the way. Right now, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Boom! I'm horny.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey! Smoke weed every day.
Hold up is right. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com and the Home Loans Radio Show. Boom! You're getting peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to his website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, starting a business, expanding your business, debt consolidation, and everything in between. Work with someone who is not only an expert, but he is your friend. He's got your back, and he's going to make the process easy. So start that process at the website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 66 years ago, 1960, Congressman by the name of Tip O'Neill demanded that the FCC investigate payola, but most importantly, demanded that we protect America's youth from this.
Metal
rock and roll.
Rock and roll, yeah.
Yeah, in 1960, he called rock and roll a type of sensuous music unfit for impressionable minds. And look what happened.
Look what happened to society since then. It's completely ruined society, obviously.
Well, Tip failed because he didn't stop it, and now the youth is just absolutely unprotected.
And then rap came around.
Don't even get me started.
Guy he had a heart attack from that alone, I would think.
You know, the good old days, 168 years ago, 1858, when a genius, they say, from Philadelphia called Hyman Lipman, patented.
Hyman Lipman?
Hyman Lipman.
Hyman Lipman?
Hyman Lipman.
Okay.
Patented the very first Whatsy line. I thought for sure you would recognize that name.
Hyman Lipman. He's Jewish, I'm guessing.
Or a virgin.
The
funny thing about pencils.
That's right.
Pencils.
Wait.
Pencils.
9.
Like a pencil.
It was on this day 168 years ago, the first pencil with an eraser. The average pencil can write a continuous line 35 miles long. So take that, Tip O'Neill.
I wonder if anybody's ever done that.
I hope not. There are way better things to do.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Or maybe they didn't make it.
You would need a 35-mile piece of paper, too.
Yeah.
We're
just a nice
killing 2 Guinness World Records with one stone.
Clean road or pavement. The actor best known for his roles in Back to the Future, and this right here is dead.
Top Gun?
Yeah. James Tolkien. Was he not like a bit on South Park or something? Or am I just mixing that up with Tolkien? That's what it was. They called him Token, but then they said, no, I was named after James Tolkien, the black character.
Token was a black kid on South Park.
But they retconned his name to be Tolkien, and they were just getting it wrong the whole time.
And were they not attributing that to James Tolkien?
I thought it was the writer Tolkien.
Okay. Well, either way, at the age of 94, James Tolkien has passed away. The news is sadly true about James, said John Alcantar, a representative for Mr. Tolkien. James was a beloved professional who lived a good, full life. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, Tolkien Black, used to be Token Black was his name. They retconned him in the episode The Big Fix to be named after the writer J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
And The Hobbit.
And tell me what Barry Caldwell wrote, and by wrote I mean animated.
He animated Snow White.
Nope. This right here.
Animaniacs.
That is right. Pinky and the Brain, Tiny Toon Adventures, and now he is also passed at the age of 68. His death was announced by his friend Paul Dini, who praised his talent, generosity, very funny guy. No word on cause of death or exact date of death, but his extensive career included work with Warner Bros. Animation, Disney, numerous beloved TV shows, both as an animator and storyboard artist. And now he's just making those storyboards in the sky.
Oh.
I can't attest to where this person is besides also being dead. And unfortunately, this is going to be the theme of the next episode. But the former stalker of this gal right here.
Duh.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
Watch out for that car. No longer a threat because Billie Eilish's former stalker was hit by a train last week in Long Island. He was jogging, quote, on or near the tracks. I'm going to guess on. Call me crazy. When he was hit, his death is believed to be accidental. He was arrested back in 2020 for trespassing after repeatedly showing up to Billy's house. At the time, Billy was granted a 3-year restraining order against him, and then that train took care of it. So there you have it. And the boob tube for anyone who is alive and looking to watch some TV. We got basketball, baby. The Heat, the 76ers, the Thunder, the Pistons. Hope you all have fun. Go sports. American Idol, The Voice as well. And you can catch John Hamm, Jack Quaid on Jimmy Fallon. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram, @SabrinaAmbra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
I can't believe you didn't mention the season finale of Paradise tonight.
Because I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready.
And neither are you, according to our conversation before the show started.
I have, Sean, I was telling Sabrina before the show that I read like a write-up that somebody did on Reddit of what they think is going on in this TV show.
Yeah.
And me and Ashley were talking about it. I'm explaining it to her, and we go, have we been watching this? Like, are we taking stupid pills while we watch this show? Because I feel like I've just been...
talked about the last episode, and you're like, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
And,
I feel like I'm just Neo in the Matrix, just missing everything. Just everything's flying by me.
That happens to me,
like,
too.
You absolute idiot.
And sometimes they'll even they'll roll it down to like even the people not paying attention notice something as obvious as this, and you're like, wait, hold on.
It's starting to get into not Succession. What's the one with they're in the
Lost?
No. Oh my God, I'm blanking. Apple TV, very successful, 80s kind of, and they switch when they go into work.
Oh,
Severance.
Severance. It's getting into the Severance territory of like very layered, and you have to pay full attention. No crosswords, Ashley.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Because sometimes if I'm like doing some work or something and I'm not paying full attention, sometimes Courtney will be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. And I'll go, me either. She's like, you have no idea what's going on.
I won't follow the Reddits for some of these shows because I don't want things spoiled for me, and it's too tempting, but I'll go after I watch it. And so I went over the weekend and I read this guy's write-up. It was over 1,300 words long. Like, this dude thought about this, and I went, holy crap.
Missed everything.
I have, what have I been doing? What am I doing while this show is on? I thought I was paying more attention because I'm, like Sabrina said, my wife's the one doing crosswords while we watch TV, and for this show in particular, I try to pay attention because I really like this show. And I have just been missing the mark.
Can't wait to talk about it with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Quick break. When we come back, the second hour of the show kicks in. We got to talk about a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week for Barbie. And for those of you who are hearing that and your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, trust me, we're going on a ride here. It's like the Willy Wonka event that went really, really, really poorly. Well, this has happened in the Barbie world. People paid as much as $500 for tickets. And wait until you hear the absolute dumpster fire that happened. And that wasn't the only story that happened to this probably billion-dollar IP of Barbie. And it's just crazy. So we'll get to that. We'll get to TSA agents maybe coming back to work. We'll get to a secret ballroom thing. We got a lot coming up, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Left lane's blocked due to construction on Florida's Turnpike northbound before that US 192 exit. That's causing traffic to slow down. Emergency crews are still in the area, clearing up that earlier accident out in Sanford where French Avenue meets 1st Street. I-4, there's some slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road due to an accident off to the shoulder there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by America 250.
Calling all undergraduate students. What would you build for America's future? Your big idea could earn you $25,000 in grant funding and help shape the next 250 years of America. Submit today at America250.org. No purchase necessary. See official rules at America250.org.
Do you already have a mortgage quote? And are you wondering if it's any good? Stop wondering and get answers from someone who's got your back. And of course, so don't be a slacker. Time to get peace of mind.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show.
Click the button that says compare.
Thanks for joining us.
That mortgage guy Don will tell you if it's any good.
I hope you're doing all right.
No hassle.
This Barbie, the meltdown that was just like the Willy Wonka experience. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, does it deliver? Back to more of your Rate My Blanks. You guys are drawing me in 91 days when my contract is over. What am I doing? We will take a peek, see what your submissions are, and crown a winner in the second half of the show. The Barbie experience looks like a damn mess. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Stand by, I gotta do something. You stand by?
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education.
from the Real Housewives of New York City is taking over the Plaza Live this week. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, Tuesday, March 31st, and we're sending you there for free. Cabaret, chaos, maybe a little money can't buy you a class, you know the deal. If you want to enter for those free tickets, go to realradio.fm/contest. Don't be all like uncool. Go to realradio.fm/contest.
What the hell?
Into your health with Life Imaging FLA. All right, spring is a perfect time for all of us to focus on, health and well-being, getting out and moving and stuff like that.
Okay.
Here's something you ought to do. But make sure you don't have a heart attack.
Gotta fix something. Hold on.
Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keywords free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but I gotta tell you, it's a great $699 value that is definitely worth it. Check on your heart. Make sure you don't do a little too much exercise and your heart might not be good. We've got a lot of listeners that had no idea they had, heart disease, they had blockage in their heart, and they could have had heart attacks, but they went to Life Imaging FLA and got that free heart scan and had it taken care of. Make sure you don't have to have it taken care of. I went and I found out that, heart is fine, no problems. It's peace of mind. It's good to have. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keywords free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Also ask about the cancer screening, super important to do. Life Imaging FLA.
Okay. How are we, everybody? Second half of the show is underway now. Arnott, I'm sorry. I'm just working on something. I have to roll back a couple of changes I made on TNJ chat because I think I broke a few things. Just in case you're running into some problems. Don't forget you can chat whenever you want. Do that over at tnjchat.com. Did we revert?
Giant Recreation World. They have everything you need. RV and golf cart sales, rentals, parts, and outstanding service. Plus, with 3 convenient locations in Central Florida, Winter Garden, Palm Bay, and Orange Beach, you're always close to starting your next adventure. And here's the best part. Giant Recreation World is giving all of you guys an exclusive 10% discount off RV rentals. Just mention the promo code Sabrina.
90 seconds and we're back. Okay. Should be good now.
recreationworld.com today and start planning your next great RV adventure.
Educators, here's something for you. To observe the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, America 250 is sponsoring the America's Field Trip Contest for grades 3 to 12. Have your class submit their art or essay.
Okay, we're coming back.
What does America mean to you? And each first place winner.
Sorry, I was distracted this break. I will give you some attention next break, I promise. I just broke something on TNJ chat and I had to fix it. You know how it goes. Not really, but you know.
Students' chance to take part in a once-in-a-lifetime celebration.
No purchase necessary. See official rules at America250.org.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies.
Okay, folks, it's time.
And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is the...
And we'll get to the Rate My Blank for today on this lovely Monday. And that is Rate My Doodle Edition. And draw me in 91 days when my contract is over. What's happening? What's going on? Draw me in 91 days. I'll get to more of those entries over on the newsjunkie.com in just a moment. 75% of Americans right now agree on something. And it's crazy, always crazy to me when you get numbers this high. Why? Well, when you get a number that says 75% of Americans agree on something, because of how divided a lot of people are on political stuff, and some of your brains have just turned to mush and sand because you got all wrapped up in the world of politics, you can't get anybody to agree on everything, right? Like you can't get 100% of Americans to agree that cheeseburgers are good. I think most people agree that cheeseburgers are good. There's a lot of people that love cheeseburgers, but you probably wouldn't even get 75% of people in a poll that would say that. However, when you do get 75% of Americans coming together and saying something, that's a little alarming. And this trend says 75% of Americans say the world is changing too fast. Things are changing too fast. That has to be 100% related to the rollout of AI that we've seen in the last several years on this show.
Sweet, sweet, glorious AI.
I'm telling you, buddy.
I'm looking here, and it says approximately 5 to 10%. I thought it would be a bigger number, but 5 to 10% of Americans are strict vegetarians or vegans who do not eat meat. So you could possibly get close to those 75% numbers if you're talking about the cheeseburgers.
It's weird because they've probably never done a poll on this, right? Like, would it be a waste of time?
Who eat cheeseburgers.
No. I would want them to answer in a poll that they like cheeseburgers. Like, I want them to ask a whole bunch of people and go, "Do you like cheeseburgers?"
Get out.
What do we say?
I thought you were talking to Sean.
All right, I'm out of here. It's early, but I'm out.
No, I don't know if I can trust this as a legit source of data.
Is it cheeseburger.com?
It is all about burger is the name of the website.
They might know. Hold on.
And according to All About Burger, roughly 84% of Americans enjoy eating burgers, including cheeseburgers, which are tied for the second most popular food in the U.S.
Wow. All right, so that is within the ballpark of what I'm saying here. So 84%, only 84% of people will say that cheeseburgers are good. So when you get numbers up this high, these are like universally accepted things, basically, save for some weirdos. 75% of Americans say the world is changing too fast. Now, I'll take you back. It was maybe 4 years ago or something on the show. I remember when the initial stories about ChatGPT came out. We were looking at it live on the show when they announced it. People were going, "Oh, this is amazing." We were testing it out. We were playing with some of the new technology. It was kind of good, but not really mind-blowing. Then things got better and better and better. And all of that's only been in a matter of years. Now you could do stuff like the TNJ Chat 2.0, which is available at chat.thenewsjunkie.com. I have completely vibe coded this entire thing into a full-featured chat room, which allows people to post photographs, and there's emotes, and you get points, and you can redeem your points to use big emotes, and there's effects that shake the screen, and there's
no, that's just
confetti
Courtney
popping
coming
off.
home and slamming the door too hard.
That too, that's another thing. And there's so many things. Like there's so many features in this chat room, all vibe coded. Because if you know how to manipulate AI, it's not just anybody can do it. You have to be good at prompts. You have to be good. You have to understand how code works. You have to understand how web design works. If you knew a lot about that stuff but didn't know how to program, it's the most amazing time ever because you can make whatever you want. C-Line's been working on an app and like just unbelievable the stuff that you can do. I mean, if you know how to do this, we've had these huge breakthroughs, but 75% of Americans are saying that things are changing too fast. And 58% say technical progress is destroying our lives, seeking human advertising, according to our friends over at iHeart, who were talking about this. But it's just kind of crazy to me. And I want to ask you, do you think the world is changing too fast? Do you think with all of these breakthroughs, are things going too fast? Courtney says this all the time to me. She'll be like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. Everything's going too fast. It's going." A lot of people feel that way. Do you? Let us know what you think. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch over on the website. All right, I wanted to get to this. Now is the time. I know some of you are going to be like, "Why are we talking about?" Just bear with me. We're going on a journey together. Barbie, the Barbie company, had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad weekend. And it's awesome in so many ways.
The bar has been set so much lower.
It was by the Willy Wonka experience, I guess. previously where we had the Willy Wonka event and people paid for the Willy Wonka experience. And then when they showed up, it was so lame. Like, it was embarrassing.
Kids were screaming, crying.
Kids were scared at some of the things they saw. There was that poor woman with the Oompa Loompa face she was behind like a desk with a bunch of science speakers and equipment and stuff. And she looked like she just hit the biggest dab of her life. And it was hilarious. Like, it went so wrong that it was hilarious. That happened this weekend. They're comparing it to the Willy Wonka experience. They're comparing it to like a Fire Fest. People paid up to $450 for what they called a Barbie Dream Fest. Now, Barbie is a big company.
Yeah.
Mattel
is a big company.
Yeah, Mattel is a massive company that is running this thing. And this just ended yesterday because it went from March 27th to 29th. Here's what the story says. If I can dream it, then I can do it. I got my girls with me. There's nothing to it. Fifth Harmony sang on their Barbie anthem, Anything is Possible. Unfortunately, that didn't turn out to be true for attendees of the Barbie Dream Fest in Fort Lauderdale, Florida this weekend. People are comparing it to the Willy Wonka experience, which is notorious.
Willy's Chocolate Experience was what it was called. All right.
They say Willy Wonka experience, but yeah, there are some legal issues with that one. Mattel hyped the event as, quote, the first festival dedicated to all things Barbie.
Oh, Mattel backed this up.
Mattel backed this. They said this is going to explore the legacy, evolution, and boundless imagination of the Barbie brand. Here's what they promised at Barbie Fest. All right, Barbie Fest was going to include this, Barbie's Dream Fest, a walk-in interactive dream house. All right, I don't really care that much about Barbie, but if you can walk into one of Barbie's houses, like in the Barbie movie, and you could walk in and be like, whoa, that would be really cool. That would be cool. They promised an 80s disco roller rink, a marketplace, a bike course, and other things. Instead, fans got a cardboard cutout of just the front of a generic pink house with a sad little square of turf for a lawn on a vast concrete floor.
It's not even how the real Barbie house is.
Are there pictures of this?
Yeah, I got some for you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to pop over on the YouTube stream, now's the time to do it. YouTube.com/thenewsjunkie. They found a 2020 pen, which was your roller disco. It was 20 feet by 20 feet with like a little wall around the side of it. It was hemmed in by metal concert barricades covered in some low-effort banners. And there were random vendors in the marketplace, including a window and door company that was present.
So Temu Barbie.
It was really, really basic. One attendee posted a particularly unflattering comparison to the convention's marketing versus the actual event. And hang on, here's one of them. Okay, this says, all right, so the Barbie Dream Fest was an actual chop. The best part of the event was obviously the fans and designers. At one point, I was comforting mothers who bought 3-day passes.
Let me guess, no return.
And flew from different states, it says, booked hotels and rental cars. This was nothing like in the advertisements. And they show, like, it looks like the most basic convention of nothingness.
This is so bad.
And they keep getting these spaces for these events where it's just a huge convention center, and then they got nothing to put in it. And hold on, I'm bringing some of these up so we can see them a little closer. Oh, here's one of the videos. I'll bring up a bunch of this stuff so we can take a look. But here is the convention center where this took place. It's mostly just a big open floor with some pink balloons and people sitting in chairs bored and doing nothing. And a couple of Barbie things here or there. Another look at this shows the Dream Fest with a stage set up. And there's like 3 people sitting in the chairs at the front of this event.
And no one in the audience chairs.
Nobody in the audience except for there's like 3 people in the front row there hanging out, but it's not going very well. Can I watch these? I want to see if I could see any of these videos to show us what's going on. No, this is just like a screenshot of a TikTok, I guess. It makes it look like it's a video on my end, but it's not. They have the Barbie Corvette there. That's about all I see. Oh, this is what they said it was going to look like. All right, I guess this is They showed it looking like this huge convention with all of these things happening, the ultimate Barbie fan weekend. And then what it really did look like was just a couple of things inside a room. It didn't look anything like the AI that I guess they used to set this up. But this was a massive fail for the company. The Dream Pass to this event gone wrong was $452.50. It was supposed to include the ultimate experience, all the general pass perks, and then a priority queue for main stage programming. You don't need a queue. There's nobody there.
What's the main stage programming?
That was that stage that we saw there where there were supposed to be like presenters and stuff.
Anyone of note?
Would have a swag bag.
There were supposed to be some celebrities there. It said Angel Reese. This is
the basketball
published
player.
today, set to appear alongside Serena Williams at Barbie Dreamfest.
Did they show, I wonder?
In Fort Lauderdale. Well, this was published today, so it's making it sound like it hasn't happened yet. Is there another Dreamfest? Is this a tour?
It ended yesterday. Here's another look here. Go watch on youtube.com/the News Junkie. Here's they got some pink and white cones all in this big concrete area with nothing going on. They got a couple of barriers that say Barbie on it and some like little girls sitting around with nothing to do. This is so much like the Willy Wonka experience where people showed up, people paid a ton of money. There's people dressed up as Barbie at this, but there is nothing for them to do. There's a totally hair glam bar that was set up where people were supposed to get their hair done like Barbie. Again, the problem is use of space in these scenarios because you pay $450. I expect this to be just a full-on event. I really want something amazing happening here. They didn't get that at all. All right, this is a video. Let me see. Let's walk through this. It says we paid $250 per pass.
Yes.
Barbie Dreamfest is a nightmare. They got like inflatable arches that you go in.
The Barbie Dream House.
The Barbie Dream House is just
life-sized Barbie Dream House right now, guys.
It's just a cardboard wall.
And two plants.
And two plants in front of it. Yeah, first of all, it's not life-size to begin with, and it's not 3D. It's just a flat thing against the wall that these ladies paid all this money for. So much open space. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's too much.
So this is a catastrophe. I'll put this up on See It Now so you guys, when you get a chance, can take a peek.
This screams legal proceedings to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if people paid that much money.
Post-apocalyptic.
The lady's just like, I don't know. It's Willy Wonka all over again? Yes. Yeah.
$450. I think even
Very
Willy
much.
Wonka is a little bit more entertaining than what we just saw.
It's like Willy Wonka in as much as there's just so much nothing. There was just so much empty space. And I want you to be able to see this because you're probably listening and wondering what's going on. I'm going to put this up on See It Now. We'll call it the Barbie Dreamfest disaster. And I'm putting that up now. The Barbie Dreamfest disaster is up for you over on See It Now. You'll see all of the videos and photos that I was talking about. And bam, just like that, it's up. All right, go check that out. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Look on the See It Now section. When there's something visual on the show, that is where you could take a peek at this to see just how bad things went. And we'll see what you think with your dispatches, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, we might be able to work some in now, but there's so many that are these Rate My Blank entries. And I do want to get to what you think I'll be doing here in 91 days when my iHeartRadio contract ends. I am telling you right now, a lot of you are using AI. If I sniff AI around one of these Rate My Blank entries, out of here. You're not going to win anything. If there's any sniff of AI, you ain't getting it. Like, I know this is AI, all right? I know you got me on Roomba drinking some Bacardi rum or something. You didn't draw this. That ain't going to happen either. It's not going to work for a million different reasons. But some of these are drawn, so I do like those. And we're going to show you a few more of them. I'll give you a little sneak peek. Here's Sloshed Toad with a photo of me with some pasties on, or pasties as it were, from that clip last week. on a stripper pole smoking a joint, I think.
Very pube heavy, a lot of these.
This one is, there's something rudimentary yet also amazing about this drawing. You can see these all over on the newsjunkie.com in the dispatches section.
The sweet set of bitch tees you got there.
It's not unimpressive. I will say it's not unimpressive. So
That's a full B cup for sure.
we'll keep an eye on these and see what more are flowing in because there's been a lot of submissions.
Go back to that one real quick.
All right, hold on. The one with me and the pasties?
Yeah.
All right, here it is right here. Yeah.
And the drawing of your face, it looks more like my face, which I don't know that that's a good thing.
I can see myself in it somehow, but I do see like the top of me kind of does look like your eyes and eyebrows a little bit more, I think.
Interesting.
A lot of people drew me as a stripper, though. This one is Texas Claudia, and it says, Rate My Doodle version, Sean at a legally distinct theme park. This has me with some sort of, it's like a furry costume on at the theme park. It says, thanks for everything, Claudia. Thank you, Claudia.
Buc-ee's?
Appreciate that. It does kind of look like the Buc-ee's mascot. Yeah, and it's some sort of theme park, which there's some things at this theme park that I'm very, very concerned by. It looks like the what's this thing called? What are these called? I always forget.
Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel is on top of the roller coaster.
Just like rolling along the roller coaster?
Yeah, it looks like the Ferris wheel is on top of the roller coaster. Again, these are visuals, but you can check for yourself. Go over on the newsjunkie.com in the dispatch section. Find your favorite, like the ones you like, so I can be drawn into the ones that are getting your attention. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about what's going on in your world. We'll also get to dispatches, emails, and 2 heists. It's really a This Week in Heist situation. Another museum robbery took place, and another heist that has the internet on fire right now. What's going on? You're going to find out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Anyway, nobody cares. But it's for your memory, right? Like, because I worry about that.
I love the irony that you can't remember what you got for your memory. That's pretty good.
that is so true. I can't remember the name of it.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. On YouTube, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. A new short video on your way today. YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and Facebook Reels, and on TikTok. I try to post one each weekday. My schedule has been so crazy with everything going on. I've been getting about 3 or 4 out a week on average. Another one on the way. Tony Morgan says, mine is AI, but it's still good. I'll take a peek. All right, I will look at it. There's a lot of them so far. That's the theme park from Vacation. Going to SeaWorld on Saturday, says Government Cheese. Hope the News Junkie shirt comes in. It will. You'll have it. Everybody's going to get their merch orders this week. Everybody. Bootsy says, I spent a whole 3 minutes on my doodle. I believe you. It looks great. Now, how many of you saw what happened with Kit Kat this weekend? How many people on YouTube and Twitch saw what happened with Kit Kat that has gone viral? Anybody? I saw it. Mike says, love the short video, Sean. Love you, Mike. Thank you. Kevin says you'll have plenty of time to catch up in 91 days. True. Kim says mine is good, LOL. I'll look at yours too, I promise. I'm hoarding Kit Kats now. Kit Kat has a heist situation on their hands. And it's no small thievery. 12 tons of Kit Kats were stolen. 12 tons. Okay? The Kit Kat heist. Someone stole 12 tons of Kit Kat, sparking memes galore, and the story just absolutely exploded. So I'll tell you about the heist and what happened. I'll tell you about the museum heist as well. We'll get into March Madness and the TSA.
Always close to starting your next adventure. And here's the best part. Giant Recreation World is giving all of you guys an exclusive 10% discount off RV rentals. Just mention promo code Sabrina104 when booking your rental.
You know what I did see this weekend? Remember I talked about TMZ. I said TMZ was trying to solicit and saying, hey, with the government shutdown underway, because there's like a quasi-government shutdown still going on, TMZ said if you see any elected officials in public, take a picture of them and send it to us. And they actually got one. They got one. It's of Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator Lindsey Graham was in Disney World this weekend, and somebody actually did submit the photo to TMZ, which I guess is supposed to be like, the government shutdown's going on. Here are the politicians out there enjoying their vacation while the shutdown continues. Although I'm pretty sure Lindsey Graham has been trying to open the government up the whole time. It's not Lindsey Graham who's trying to shut the government down. But they got Lindsey Graham at Disney World this weekend. Uh-oh, we're coming back already? We are. Here we go, folks. Stand by, we're coming back. Here we go.
A tragedy that's now forgotten. And a mystery that may or may not have been political. That may have been about sex. Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Rorschach, Murder at City Hall, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
On Mondays, thank you for being with the show. 91 days left on the contract, and that's the subject of today's Rate My Blank. It's a Rate My Doodle. Draw me, yours truly, in 91 days. And I'll show you some more of those if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch. We'll describe them for everybody else as the show rolls on. Heist time. There was two big heist stories this weekend. One that went mega viral was the Kit Kat heist. And I know what you're thinking. Why would somebody steal a whole bunch of Kit Kats? I don't know, but it was confirmed. Here's Kit Kat on their own official social media account. It says, regarding recent press coverage, and there's an official statement from Kit Kat, and it says, we can confirm that 12 tons of Kit Kats were stolen while in transit between our factory in central Italy and their destination in Poland. We are working closely with local authorities and supply chain partners to investigate.
Today I learned it was not manufactured here in the U.S.
I don't know where all of it's manufactured, but this particular shipment was from Italy to Poland, and it got intercepted, and there was 12 tons of Kit Kats, which, what does one even do if you steal that?
Dive into it.
I mean, 12
obviously.
tons. I don't even know how many that's a lot of Kit Kats.
Build Kit Kat furniture with 12 tons of Kit Kats.
I think you could build an actual life-size house for real out of Kit Kat probably with that. It says we're working with local authorities and supply chain partners to investigate. The good news, there's no concerns for consumer safety. The supply is not affected. Thank you. Kit Kat's basically like, that's nothing.
Do you think the thieves knew what they were getting? Like they thought it was something much more expensive, and they ended up with, now we've got 12 tons of Kit Kats. We can't get rid of 12 tons of Kit Kats because then they're going to know that we were the ones that stole 12 tons of Kit Kats.
Or they just rename it Cat Kits. Boom.
The thieves are like, oh, please let them be headphones. Please let them be iPhones. Please let this be like graphics cards. Can't wait. And then they open up the back of this shipment they stole.
And they go, give me a break.
Nah. On account of the Kit Kats, I see. Let's see what they say. Here's one of the reports on this.
12 tons of football cream.
That's a lot.
Yep.
That's an office joke. That is a lot of Kit Kats. Let's see what they say.
Not partial to stealing, though.
And 12 tonnes of Kit Kat chocolate bars have gone missing after thieves made off with a truck transporting them in a chocolatey heist in Italy. The truck was en route to Poland, transporting over 400,000 units of its new range. The vehicle and its delicious contents remain unaccounted for.
So I think she said 400,000 Kit Kat bars, which is an enormous quantity of these things.
It's my favorite chocolate.
Is it? They're
Count me
good.
in. Absolutely.
They're good. It's flooding the market somewhere. Yeah, there's like some place where people are just giving out Kit Kats like nothing, causing a lot of issues for them. Oh, I didn't mention this when we were talking about the Barbie weekend, because I told you Barbie had this big event down in South Florida, and it was a catastrophe. Things did not go well. But that wasn't the only Barbie-related bad news story over the weekend. There was another one that I wanted to bring to you from KCTV, I believe. And here's another thing. Like it wasn't bad enough for them to have this event that was worse than the Willy Wonka experience. Barbie also had this story going.
A warning tonight for parents in Independence. Police are searching for Barbie dolls. They say the packaging may be laced with fentanyl. KCTV 5's Ali Espinosa has an update from police.
Independence Police spokesperson Brian Conley says the store alerted officers after learning fentanyl may have been hidden inside the packaging of a batch of Barbie dolls before they ever arrived at the store. Now, most of those packages have been tracked down, but one is still out there. We're told a customer actually cracked this case open. They went back to the store after noticing an unusual white powder inside the Barbie packaging.
That's so weird that it was actually at the store. Does that mean that the idea is to get them into the store and then somebody buys the things at the store and then that has the fentanyl in it and then they open it and then they sell it? I would have thought that they just used that to like smuggle it over the border, but
and not like an exact replica, right?
Like somebody said, what I mean to say is like this ended up on the shelf in a store.
Maybe they did use it to smuggle and then spilled some. You know, they took it out.
Hold on, let me see what else they say here. There's like 20 seconds left.
Security called police who tested the substance on the spot. It did come back positive for fentanyl. Now, Conley says this is a tactic investigators have seen before. Drug traffickers hiding illegal substances inside everyday packaging to avoid detection. The good news, though, no injuries or overdoses have been reported.
Well, that is good. It does say the packaging says this is not from some sort of toy store. It's from a place called
Cargo Largo.
Cargo Largo. What's
is that? What's a fun name? It's a discount store in Independence, Missouri. And it says, win big at the Cargo Largo bid sale.
Let's go.
Thousands of items up for bid every Thursday.
Some of them have fentanyl in them.
Update regarding recent doll shipment. We know there have been many questions regarding the recent Barbie doll shipment. Thank you for your patience as we work through the details of this investigation. We cannot share every detail of the active investigation. This place looks huge. It's like a big warehouse. And
so it's like your discount stuff fell off the truck kind of thing?
It seems like the kind of place where Barbie dolls that were used to transmit, to transport, drugs across a border end up after you remove the drugs.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how do they end up? How do they end up there? Because don't the drug dealers, they don't want them to just end up in the store. They want them to end up, they want to bring them over as if they're Barbie dolls. And then when they get into the United States, they want the drug dealers to get them and then take the drugs out and throw away the Barbie doll or whatever.
Clearly, maybe just make them like Cyclops Barbies to indicate that those are the ones with fentanyl inside.
Maybe they take the drugs out and then they sell the Barbies. They just didn't, maybe because
I don't know.
Gas is expensive these days. They can't just be throwing them away. They got to sell them to Cargo Largo.
You got to sell them to Cargo Largo, and then there's still a little bit of fentanyl on these things sometimes. That's crazy, but that is another story that happened to them this weekend that caught my attention.
They're going to have to stop doing it. It's going to be a Cargo Largo embargo.
That went way too far.
He didn't need to do that. It didn't need to happen, but it did. And that's the thing. It didn't need to happen, but it did. I got to bring this story up here because I wanted to share with you that there was yet another heist, and not just the Kit Kat one, and not just the one that happened at the Louvre in Paris, but another museum heist, this time in Rome or Parma in northern Italy, Parma. Thieves made off with 3 different paintings by Renoir. Oh, God, I'm going to screw this up. Cézanne and Matisse. I think is the right way to say it. But
yeah, that's your art history 101.
Renoir, I know. Cezanne, I have never
Matisse
heard of before. Matisse, I've heard of before. And it said thieves made off with 3 paintings by those 3 famous artists worth millions of dollars from a museum near the city of Parma in Italy.
Have we not learned yet, everybody? In Italy in particular. Or France was the last one, I'm sorry.
The 3 stolen paintings are Fish by Renoir, Still Life with Cherries by Cezanne, and Odalisque on the Terrace by Henri Matisse. The Magnani Rocca Foundation, a private museum, is in the heart of the countryside. Thieves were able to nab the paintings in less than 3 minutes and escape across the museum gardens.
Damn.
What year is it? What year is it that we still have museum robberies going like the one in Paris and this one? The museum believes a structured and organized gang was responsible for the theft, which was interrupted by their alarm. At least they had an alarm going off. The museum didn't post any statement about the theft on the website, wasn't reachable for comment. The crime in Parma comes after a series of high-profile heists at major European museums, including a major incident in October in which thieves stole jewels and other items worth $101 million from the Louvre in Paris. I stopped for just a second. That's Lisa Loeb.
Yep.
I stopped for just a second on Jewel itself, but yes. So they stole jewels and other items worth $101 million from the Louvre in Paris. And now they've stolen more of these famous artworks from this place in France. Get it together, folks, or in Italy in this case, in Italy in this particular location. All right, let's see. Let's get to a couple of emails here. Somebody says, here's something people are not talking about. There are some insane details about the Artemis space program that's going down this week and landing on the moon that nobody's mentioning. Destin Sandlin from Smarter Everyday filmed a 1-hour talk he delivered to senior NASA officials, program managers, and engineers, where they were left without any clear answers when confronted with a startling reality about the Artemis program. Hesitating to answer basic questions because they understood just how convoluted the mission has become. The plan depends on unproven in-orbit refueling and an unusually complex trajectory, yet the key stakeholders couldn't confidently explain how it all works. I don't know if I'm sharing your concern on this. Maybe it comes afterwards that there's a question here, but I think I'm going to have faith that NASA knows what they're doing with Artemis 2. In fact, it's not even the first time they've done any of this stuff. They've done this before, so they have plans that they could follow beforehand. But okay, thank you for the email regardless. Mike says, a lot of my TNJ shirts are basically a time machine snapshot of what's going on at the time. Some merch not like the straight ahead logo versions. However, the one that used to get confused looks and head scratching now gets nods and affirmation. That would be the Death to Robots design. It gets way more attention now than when it came out. Well, first of all, I'm glad that aged well. Death to Robots was a great design for the shirt for people who bought merch way back when. That was a million years ago. Number two, if you bought merch in the latest design drop, I want to assure you it will be in your mailbox or at your front door this week. They are all getting packaged, getting shipped off, and ready to go. Some of you will see yours as soon as today, but all of you will get your merch this week. So thank you for your patience. All of those will be to you by this week. So if you bought something over in the latest merch drop, that is on the way. The Final Four is set for men's UCLA is on there. Yep. Okay. All right. Just checking. I had to read that really carefully. The men's Final Four is set. It's going to be a doozy. It is going to be a doozy. NCAA action is on for the Final Four. Michigan and UConn. Oh, not UCAA. I'm sorry. Or UCLA. Michigan and University of Connecticut are in the Final Four, as well as Illinois and Arizona. So let me reiterate, since I butchered that whole thing. Michigan and the University of Connecticut and Illinois and Arizona are the Final Four in the March Madness action out there. I don't believe there are any brackets that aren't busted. I think all the brackets have been busted.
Yeah, I haven't heard of anybody still in contention here. I'm surprised you didn't have, because I haven't even seen a clip of it, but the mishap over the weekend with the Jumbotron. Did you hear about that?
No, what went down?
They had
during a March Madness game?
Yeah, it was one of the Elite Eight games, Iowa, Illinois. And they had to delay the game for 11 minutes because I guess the horn on the Jumbotron broke.
I did see that.
Oh, no.
And the guy that was trying to fix it, bless his soul, I felt every single curse word you could not hear.
Do you mean the horn on the Jumbotron broke as in it was just going off the whole time?
Yes.
Oh.
And that, I mean, imagine nonstop
That's
and
annoying.
blaring loud.
Did
Not
people
good.
leave? I might have thought about leaving in that case.
They said Elite Eight matchup on Saturday was delayed 11 minutes by a broken horn at the Toyota Center. The horn had to be replaced by a manual air horn operated by a scoreboard operator on the sideline as a result. Players returned to the floor for the under 8-minute timeout. The horn in the arena was muffled and would not shut off. Officials, players, fans, and coaches were confused by all of it.
I have it if you want to hear it.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, here it is. All right.
Wow.
Just doing that the whole time. And they had to take the thing out. So this was probably happening. Like that was probably going on for a while before they fixed it. Would be my guess.
It doesn't say. The horn eventually stopped a section of lights in the arena and the entire Jumbotron shut off, which means now you have no scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, there would at least be something else I think you could see.
And at the Toyota Center, they have a really impressive setup. It's it's one of those big wraparound screens.
They keep reinventing the wheel on these Jumbotrons, and it's kind of crazy.
Somebody says, this has been like this for 2 minutes. I'm starting to lose it. All right, you get the point, right?
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Oh, I can't do that. If I was stuck in there, I'd be losing it.
I'm not for nothing starting to lose it, guy, but this is also kind of a humble brag on what great seats you have.
Yeah, this guy's on the floor.
To this game here.
He followed up. I don't know how long this was later, but he followed up. Still going. He says, I guess this is just my life now. The teams are now keeping loose with bonus warm-up time. Our long national nightmare is over. Maybe somebody just unplugged it, he said. Looks like somebody unplugged the scoreboard, but we're going to resume play. Yeah, so they had to unplug the whole massive 4-sided, big, giant, amazing screen on top because of this thing breaking during that game. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more of your submissions today for Rate My Blank. I see some really impressive stuff. I dig that. I want to get to those. We'll also do jury duty, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't overshare. We do. Perhaps a little too often. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Weatherbug.
The Raptors went on a 31-0 run, the longest unanswered run in the play-by-play era. They crushed the Magic by...
Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecasts with Weatherbug. It's easy to use and provides real-time customizable alerts, so the weather never takes you by surprise. Plan every day.
Hey, congrats to TSA workers who are getting paychecks today. Congrats to TSA workers who are getting paychecks today. I know some of you missed like 2 paychecks or more working over the TSA with this government shutdown. For those of you asking, like, why is there a shutdown going on? Is this the same as the other shutdown? This was a partial funding shutdown of the government, which had trickled down to the TSA. And the TSA workers were calling out, which is not surprising to anybody. They were calling out they didn't want to work because they hadn't been paid in weeks and weeks and weeks. And they reached an agreement on TSA pay. There's still a disagreement over Homeland Security funding. The thing that doesn't make any sense is the Democrats pushed for this sort of partial shutdown to begin because they were at odds over ICE funding. But I think that confuses a lot of people because ICE was not already funded. This is like future ICE funding. They shut down the government over future ICE funding because not only was ICE already funded, but ICE was going to the airports to back up TSA in some of these cases. So it was a little confusing. But they've come to an agreement, at least for now, to get paychecks for the TSA workers, which is good. I'm glad they're getting paid. Hope they can catch up with their bills and they don't get screwed over. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Make sure the AM/FM is simple, clear, and convenient.
Just a weird situation.
The diamond is important.
But they're still at an impasse with some of this stuff. And it's like, oh, we got a deal. No, we don't have a deal.
She wants
Round and round we go.
about her whole life. Something that reflects her style and personality. And that's where international...
It's interesting because this time around, it's not nearly as much of a spotlight and focus to people as that other very long and bad government shutdown where people started to say, hold on, this is impacting me right now. This one is much more isolated, it seems.
Looking for a scintillating natural diamond or an eye-catching lab-grown diamond, IDC's experts can show you
Guys,
options. So there's no compromise.
I am a grown-ass man, and can I tell you, I have an admission for you, chat. It was everything I could do in my bones in my body to not punch somebody in the face last night. This close. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't want to get in any fights. I don't want to screw around with people doing that. I have a good time. I'm enjoying my life. I was this close to punching a man in the face. How old do you think that man was, Chad? I'll tell you the story. How old do you think this man was? And I'm not kidding you. I was literally like, I pictured it many times. I was like, okay, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit this guy. I don't want to. I'm grown. I don't want to be fighting. 22 years old? No. 50 years old? No. 14? No. 87 is too high.
Do you want male performance in the bedroom?
Or not.
Get it in 47 seconds or less.
He was in his late 60s. This guy. This guy was in his late 60s. And he was literally the most obnoxious person I've ever met in my life. He went from one side of the bar to the other and almost fought with everybody he encountered because he was such a terrible human being. And then the guy next to me, he started to talk to that guy, and the guy's like, hey man, just leave it alone. We're cool after last time. And he had an interaction with this other guy on another occasion where they almost got into a fight. This guy was a wrecking ball. He walks in here. Let me give you an example of what I was dealing with. He sits down next to me in the seat right next to me. And I hear that he's drunk. And then he wads up a piece of paper. And when the bartender comes over, he throws that close a piece of paper into the bartender's face. From me to you. 6 feet away. He just throws a piece of paper, bounces off the bartender's face, and the bartender's like, what can I do for you? And the guy's like, I want to order something to eat. And the bartender goes, okay, what do you want to order to eat? And he goes, what do I want to order to eat? Well, I could go to Ocean Grill. I could go to Olive Garden, anything else other than this piece of shit joint. And the bartender just walks away, and he's like, what the? Like, that's how this guy was. That's how he was. And he kept trying to respond to Courtney. I had, like, pushed this guy out entirely. But he kept trying to engage with Courtney. And I go, if this guy, I don't care if he's in his 60s or not, if this guy says something about her, throws something at her like he's throwing stuff at everybody else, I'm going to take the back of his head and slam it against the fucking bar. And he'll never do this again. Although I think he does, like, I think this guy does this all over the place. Because afterwards, everybody had a story. Why didn't they toss him? I don't know. I mean, because by the time it started to get real bad, he had food in front of him, and he had some curly fries and stuff. He was a terrible human being.
Want to make the most of your tax refund?
All right, we'll come back.
With TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your...
Here we go.
Save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
Getting paid finally. Shouts out to the TSA workers out there. After what? Like, I don't know, I think 2 paychecks they missed? Imagine that for a second. Imagine at your job. Yeah. Imagine at your job. You don't get paid for a couple of weeks or like a couple of pay periods. That's what was happening to these TSA people. Well, and I know there's not a lot of love sometimes for TSA people because we picture them when we're going through the airport and it's like things are usually annoying and stuff. But they're just regular Americans like everybody else. They just want to get a paycheck. And they get Washington, D.C. butting in and the government shutdown and all the stupid political stuff that happens around that. But they did, I guess, figure something out so the TSA workers would start getting paid as of today. So shouts out to those of you who finally get a paycheck.
Did a lot of them quit? Or was it just...
I think they just quit coming in, honestly. I think they just stopped coming in. And who could really blame them? You're at a job that's not paying you. Like, okay, that's going to happen from time to time. I mean, some of you might be like, not me. I'm such a loyal employee. I would show up even if they weren't paying me. And I get it, but I can't blame somebody who's in that position. If I wasn't getting paid, I think I would feel the same way.
They get the back pay, though, right? I mean,
I believe so. Yeah. I think they'll get paid, but they were just getting screwed out of it. And I'll tell you, I knew it was starting to become a thing because when I logged on to my bank website, boop, there's a notification. There's like a notice on there. When I log on to like my mortgage website, boop, there's a notification on there. And all of them would say, hey, TSA workers, here's a thing that you can do if you're like late on your bills or like addressing these exact people. I said, oh my God, this must be happening quite a bit for these folks. But I'm glad that they got some paychecks headed their way. I guess the government shutdown is still technically going on, but they've got it almost sorted right now. Jason says, no pay, no work. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to judge somebody who goes, you haven't paid me in 4 weeks. I'm not going to work at the TSA today. I don't know. I wouldn't. I think you would probably do the same thing.
There was years ago a place that we used to play gigs at. That for whatever reason, we would go there like a couple times in a row, and they just didn't have a check for us, and or couldn't take it out of petty cash or nothing. Like they were so behind that at one point they owed us like $1,000.
Really,
and it was getting to the point where we're like, we're not coming anymore. If you guys can't get your
or we're gonna play the
stuff
same
together.
song over and over and over again. Brown Eyed Girl.
I don't blame you. Arnott was just saying on chat, the ones who didn't come in should be fired. I don't get that. How does that make any sense? If you work a job, you should get paid, right? I mean, this is like a very basic thing. I would think everybody in the world would agree, no matter what your background is or where you're at politically, like you work, you should get paid. You deserve the money that, you were owed. I think everybody would, or maybe as many people as cheeseburgers on the cheeseburgers poll. Maybe as many people who think cheeseburgers are good, or as many people who think 75% or whatever that think AI is out of control. I think you'd get that kind of numbers. You deserve to get paid for work that you've done. And if you haven't gotten paid, then you should be a little pissed off about that.
I imagine some people also didn't have a choice but to go find something that would get them paid for that week.
A lot of them, I guess, were calling out sick and stuff, which is one of the ways they lean in and they're like, I can't make it. But again, you're working. You're supposed to get paid. That's just a very simple, basic ass thing. I don't blame them. Maybe you reward the ones who showed up every day still. I don't mind them doing that like they did with the other government shutdown. This government shutdown just seemed like it was like really over nothing. It was stupid. It's over ICE funding, but ICE is already funded. It's over future ICE funding. They're shutting down the government over future ICE funding. That's weird. Jason says, what? Work for free? What is this? Yeah, this is like a unifying thing. Everybody in the world that I've ever heard of thinks that if you work, you deserve to get paid. and you deserve a fair amount for the work that you've gotten done. Now we can start fighting over what fair means and fair amount and all that and how much an hour, and it's a whole different conversation, but you should get paid for your work, and I don't blame him for being upset. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Of all the I Can Fixers I have ever seen in my life, none has ended up in my inbox more than the person I'm about to tell you about. I'll get to this in just a moment. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Shouts out to Mo. What an absolute dick. Shouts out to Mo for posting on Facebook a photograph of me, and he said, sayonara to Sean from the News Junkie. Here's him doing his new job as a cruise ship DJ. What an absolute dick.
Is that where you got the idea for today's Rate My Doodle?
No, he used an AI photo of me, and typical for Mo, he found tried to make me look as horrible as he can. I don't know what he has against me. I don't know why he does. Note, folks, dear audience, I have never done this to Mo. I have not once done this to Mo, but he does like to do that to me. And that's what he did this weekend. There's like this, I look like I'm AIDS-ridden or something in the photograph that he's used of me. And then he's AI'd me into some fancy shirt where I'm DJing on a cruise ship or something. So maybe that was the impetus for this. And I'll take that out of it, Mo. I'll take the Rate My Blank mission out of it, which is turning out fantastic right now. A lot of people are putting in submissions. That I'll take. But I thought it was a low blow. I did. I'll address it this week with him when he comes in on the show, if I'm here at that point in time. But thank you to our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. I use friend in air quotes today and today only. Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Despite what I may think about his postings on social media and his sometimes treatment of me, I think he is a fantastic attorney. You've heard him on the show, and I think that you have gotten to know Mo over the years. And I remember before I started the show here in the current form, there was a moment where Mo and I were sitting down in his office, and I was working at Tribune at the time, and he was working for his mom's law firm. And I always think about that moment because I'm like, damn, we have come a long way. We have both of us come a long way since Mo and I were sitting. I think it was 15 or 16 years ago. And since then, he has really stepped up and made the law firm his own and moved over to the Just Call Mo side of things and really become a huge force in the legal world. And I've had success as well. And so I do think about that. And I think he's a very, very good attorney. So when you get into an accident, he's the guy. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. All right, this is the person that everybody emailed with the I Can Fix Her stuff this weekend. It says, and I don't know if this is a Mexican thing or what, but the mugshots they released of this lady, they put a sensor bar over just her eyeball.
That is
beautiful eyes. Beautiful
odd.
eyes.
It's weird. You can't see her eyes. And she has a sensor over those.
What if all the I Can Fixers would change their mind if they saw her eyes? Like you remove that little sensor bar, and she's got some sort of hideous thing.
She looks like that world record lady where her eyeballs pop out of her head about 4 or 5 inches or something. Yeah.
Or just go in two different directions. Or maybe just they wanted to fix the mugshot so you could see her eyes.
Here's the headline. Mexican woman accused of assaulting partner with a belt after he refused sex with her, according to police. And they show this woman in her mugshot. She, I guess, hit her partner with a belt because he refused to have sex with her, and she attacked him and went to jail. A woman, 25, apprehended in Chihuahua, Mexico, for assaulting her partner with a belt during altercation over sexual activity. The police had a call about this. They went to find the 26-year-old male who was injured. Sarah Michelle, the suspect, hit him with a belt. The altercation started because the victim refused to have sexual intercourse with her. The assault reportedly took place in the presence of the victim's daughter as well. That's a little weird. What's happening here? That's a little strange. I'm going to take a screenshot of this for See It Now because it's a visual, and I want to show you what's going on. And I'll put this up on the website. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit the See It Now section. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. But she finds herself behind bars for this. And a lot of you weirdos aren't seeing all the red flags that are obviously on display or willing to go another direction.
I don't know,
Let me
man.
what you think.
I think there's been better looking I Can Fixers. You know, especially because I can't see her eyes.
You can't see her eyes. Yeah,
it's kind of hard. You know,
What?
The pee-pee girl was a little. She showed up a lot more.
Mexican woman sex attack. All right, I'll put that up on See It Now. Take a look when you get a shot, and we'll see what you think. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the Power Hour, the final hour of the show. And that's when we're going to get into some more of your responses to what's happened so far. Also, a Powerball winner caught doing the unthinkable. Wait till you hear this. More on the Tiger Woods situation. I got a whole bunch of clips lined up. We're ready to go. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
There's a serious accident getting cleared up affecting all directions at the intersection where Semorin Boulevard meets Aloma Avenue. Move over and slow down if you see emergency crews on the roadways. I-4, you're going to get stuck in some familiar delays starting to pile up on the Turnpike northbound. Before US 192, there's some ongoing construction there blocking the left lane. C-Traffic.
Hello, folks. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. The Power Hour has arrived.
Details at America250.org. No purchase necessary. See official rules at America250.org.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney.
All right, stand by.
Guarantee you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait?
All right.
On the go, visit Just Call Mo.
Typical Mo. I don't know how many of you saw this photograph. And then the photograph Mo posted on Facebook of me as a Margaritaville cruise ship DJ in my next profession also prompted a larger discussion on this random News Junkie Facebook group where like old posts came up and people were like, oh God, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Bless their hearts. True. Bless their hearts. This is normal Latina behavior. Also, I would. Some of you people. Maybe they take that back. Some of you guys. Guys are so horny that they'll be like, all right, fine. All right. I could really use another story about airplanes and airports starting to go through withdrawal. Hey, I don't take requests. All right? But maybe. Off to horny jail? Right. Dave on TNJ chat says, I've heard that's how you know a Latina woman likes you. She tries to kill you. I don't know if that's the case. There's a few crazy political people on one of those News Junkie Facebook groups, though. Fuck, man. Some of you people, like, open the door. Let the sun shine in. Because I got to tell you, I know I can be a little controversial. And sometimes it's like hose mad. I get it. But I don't really think about you that much. So I'd encourage you to maybe do the same with me. Everybody else was really nice. There's like 2 super political people. Oh, God, it's disgusting. It's really embarrassing. Did he just say hose mad? Yeah. I bring that about a lot of times. Sometimes you'll get the hose mad. Not referring to women, referring to just general hose. Everyone deserves a second chance, Sean? Bro, I would tell you to go for it, and you'd probably have a great time with this Mexican lady. I'm sure there are things that are very good about her. But when somebody shows you BPD on a plate, believe that. The BPD girls are to be avoided, okay? Here we go.
Today. For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is
It's just what I expected. Just what I expected with some of you. Let me do a little breakdown for you here. The audience. I'm very, very good at this. I know this audience very well. I know this audience better than anybody on planet Earth. I talk to you every single day. I see all of your feedback. I watch closely. The way you get better at things is to watch what people say, watch what your haters say to a certain extent. Don't give them too much of a stage, but, just pay attention. If you hear the same criticism over and over and over and over and over and over and over again from like 100 different people, maybe you take something from it. So I have a really good idea, what you're doing right now, where you come from. I care about the audience on that level. But some of you, especially with these stories about women, some of you guys, women never do this. Well, can't say that. Sometimes when there's a really hot criminal, women will do the same thing. But if there is a story like this last one with this Mexican woman who attacked her partner because he wouldn't have sex with her. She started hitting him with a belt. There are so many are like, yep, deserves a second chance. Mike on TNJ chat says, she deserves a second chance, Sean. You don't know. You're going to fix it. I'm like, oh my God, guys. I get that you're a horny. I understand that. But you also have to be
I would have just
aware.
had sex with her.
It's like, okay. Like, has it been that long for you? Like, just so you guys
there's
know,
other ways. People without a mugshot, I'm sure.
These are the kind of red flags. Like, this is the kind of thing that is a direct indicator that this person is crazy and therefore going to bring crazy into your life. But I think some of you, and I'll never understand you for this. Now, I can understand almost all of you and where you come from and what you're into and different backgrounds and different things you've been through. And, I try to speak to you from a position where maybe it connects at least every once in a while. I get it. But I will never understand somebody who is attracted to people like that, who is like, oh, the crazy signals are actually the things that I'm into. And I know those of you who do that, your friends will tell me every single time. Your friends will be like, oh, him? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, baggage claim.
Yep. Every time. It's so crazy. I've seen this. Like, I know people who always end up with some like BPD girl or somebody, like borderline personality disorder, histrionic.
Thank you for saving me the Google.
These different issues that are like the death knell to any relationship, but they love it. They love it. There's people who love that drama, love that. They're attracted to that. I think you're out of your mind. But to each their own, I guess. I know some of you are like, oh, I know a friend like that right now. I'll see the person. I'll go, red flag, red flag, red flag. Stay away from this person. But my friend is like, oh, hey. Yucker says, yeah, but the sex is face melting. I know that's what draws you in. But, like, if you have a relationship, there's 24 hours in a day. And you're not going to be spending too many of them doing that. You're going to be spending them hanging out with this person. And they're crazy. She's crazy. She attacked him with a belt.
Melt your face off.
She's beating the guy, for God's sake. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let us know what you think. I got some dispatches here. Let me cue these up and see what we can work in. I also told you that today is Rate My Blank. And for Rate My Blank today, I have 91 days left on my contract with iHeartRadio. And I said, it's a Rate My Doodle. That means you draw something and submit it. And you're supposed to draw what I'm doing in 91 days when my contract ends. So many of you have doodled these things. I don't know if this one's AI. This is pretty good at maybe being AI that is pretending to be a drawing, but a lot of you think I'm going to be a stripper in 91 days. I'm telling you, that's not the way it's going to go.
What are they throwing at you? Is that change?
Coins, I think, of some sort.
Not a very good stripper.
I wouldn't be. To be fair, that part of it would be accurate. I wouldn't be.
One of the submissions, it looks like it was a very bad drawing. And then I looked at the URL and it says Grok in it. And I was like, okay, you didn't even change the name of the file.
Speaking of the I Can Fix Her crowd, here's Man Kicking saying, see, I told you I could fix her. I made her even more beautiful. And you just put
look at that
googly eyes on this Mexican woman who attacked her partner for not having sex with her. And he believes she's fixed. That's it. That's all it takes. All right, let's get to a couple of your audio dispatches before I get into those Rate My Blanks. Here's Shelby joining us on the show.
Hey, junkies. Happy day. I just left work. I'm starving. I haven't had the chance to eat yet, so I brought my lunch with me, and today we will find out if beef stroganoff is a drivable food.
Oh, God, that's tough.
Shortly after.
We've talked a lot about drivable foods, and you know what that means just by the name. Can you be in your car and drive and eat these things? Like a hard shell taco is out of the question. It's not happening. Beef stroganoff, that's accident prone. I feel like you could get into some dangerous territory.
I think I've done a hard shell taco in the car before.
It's crunching. It's like snapping all over the place.
Yeah, Taco Bell puts it in that little sleeve, you know?
Yeah.
Doritos Locos.
You might be able to catch it.
I mean, it fell apart. It was a mess, but I did it.
Here's El Scorcho. Go ahead, El Scorcho.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
As somebody, obviously, we're mostly Floridians here, and I'm kind of in, like, a little bit in the toy collecting, like Disney community.
Right.
So I was getting Facebook ads for this Barbie dream experience, and all the signs were there that it was going to suck. I'm going to be honest. And when you guys were talking about AI, something that specifically bothers me is when an event is advertised and it's just an AI photo and there's not a lot of details. Like, give me a list of vendors, give me specific experiences. You can tell when there's not actually a lot of planning behind whatever people are advertising. And I kind of saw this happening with the Barbie dream experience, but it sucks because Mattel has so much power.
Oh, big time.
And I'm from Indianapolis. We have the world's largest children's museum. And I remember there being a kick-ass Barbie exhibit there when I was a kid. So I don't know. Could have done more, I guess. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Yeah, I guess if I try to relate it to myself, obviously, the news junkie is the thing that I'm doing around here. And for me, I've been into news and viral news and all this stuff for a very long time. So when I was in Washington, D.C., I went to the Newseum, which they were like, oh, here's where all the news junkies go. And it's the Museum of News. And I thought if there was going to be something that's right down the middle for me, like that would be for a Barbie fan, it would be the Newseum. But I can tell you from experience, there's a reason why that place is RIP. The Newseum is dead. They shut it down. And it's not solely because the Newseum was literally selling shirts with the News Junkie logo on it. They searched for the News Junkie, found the logo, and put it on shirts and were selling them in their little merch area in the Newseum. But even though I'm so into that kind of stuff, I thought it was terribly boring and not exciting at all. So you're right. Like if I see a video experience and I see people talking about how it went for them, I need validity now in the world of AI. I need you to give me validity to this event. Otherwise, I'm not spending $250. It could be like that was this weekend for these folks trying to just enjoy Barbie a little bit. Let's see. A lot of dispatches that I haven't gotten to. I'll get to the Rate My Blanks in a moment, but there was one more audio dispatch I wanted to work in. All right, I'll have to leave it there for right now. Right now, let's go to a couple of the other ones. Here's Jaquanalicious. I always struggle with your name. Jaquanalicious, I think, with a submission for Rate My Blank. This is me as either a joint or a cigarette. I don't know. It's creative, though. Excellent drawing. You can see all of these on the newsjunkie.com in the dispatches section. Here's Sean in 91 Days from A. Hizzle. This is Courtney over here, I'm guessing, the female stick figure, saying, Sean, go to Publix for yourself, and it's me in a chair by myself crying. And I look very small in this chair, I might say.
Is it the chair from the roast?
It might be. It could be the roast chair, which
Who
was
was that
quite large.
that drew that one?
But that was A. Hizzle. Here is Lizzie, and it says no AI. And it says the News Junkie Sean Watson in studio. This is me still on the show, I think. This is the first person that's continued with me on the show. And by the way, don't run yourself down saying you're not. You guys always say you're not good at drawing, and then I see your drawings and I think they're good. I really think is this like artistic level high? No, but it's still cool.
Is it determining the other ones that they told AI to make it look like it was hand-drawn?
It could be, but they said this is obviously not AI, and I don't see any signs that it was AI.
As a matter of fact, it was scanned, and you could see the notebook, the other pages right behind it on the top right corner.
I think that's just their notebook.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying like you could tell it's not
just
AI
a photo
because they
just-
scanned it.
Yeah. They just took a photograph of it for a photo dispatch and popped this up on there. Let me do a couple more, and none of these AI ones; those are not making the cut. Here is MFQ. I could tell you did this one. This is very rudimentary. This is me, somebody with a TNJ hat on, and it's me sleeping in, I think. There's some Z's coming out of me, and it looks like I'm sleeping in and not doing the show. All right, we'll file that one in. Maybe one more. Some of these are really disturbing, if I'm totally honest with you.
One of the AI ones has you looking fat.
Which one? Which one is that?
The one though where you end up as a TSA worker.
Who's it by? What?
I don't know. It's not on my screen anymore.
Yeah, there have been a lot going by, as you could tell.
Mr. Mike, it's pretty new.
Mr. Mike, a new one? All right, let me bring up the first page. And it's like AI just assumed that I was going to be fat, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. Mr. Mike. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a big fat
got it
TSA.
at TSA. You look like Paul Blart got the TSA job.
I do a little bit, yeah. And there's a bottle of liquor by me. Am I supposed to be a TSA worker who's drinking, or maybe I'm stopping them from bringing?
You confiscated it from that person.
Yeah, confiscated the alcohol. This ain't going to make the cut, sir, because it's TSA, but it's not too late for everybody else. So send yours in. Rate my blank. 91 days left on the iHeart contract. What's it look like in 91 days? Draw that for me. Take a picture and submit that over on the newsjunkie.com. All right. The story I wanted to tell you about very quickly was about this person who is a Powerball jackpot winner. One would think that you're doing pretty well if you won the Powerball jackpot, and you wouldn't end up in a story like this, but this guy has, and he seems like a pretty wild character. The headline is, winner of $167 million Powerball jackpot has been arrested after stealing $12,000.
That does not check out for me.
I don't know why you
After
would get
taxes?
yourself involved in this. It says, despite his lottery fortune, James Farthing is the guy who became an overnight multimillionaire in April of last year, has had several run-ins with the cops before being cuffed on Saturday of this week. The guy was arrested, accused of stealing $12,000, even though he's won well over $100 million in the lottery. Cops are now alleging he broke into a Kentucky residence and stole a wad of cash before speeding away in his black Porsche passenger vehicle. Police in Fayette County, which is part of Lexington, say they spotted him smoking a weed joint.
Weed joint.
We spotted him smoking a weed joint, and they pulled him over before taking him to jail. He was booked on second-degree burglary and marijuana possession charges. They still do that. The arrest comes as no surprise. He spent nearly 30 years behind bars across 25 different prisons. Among his list of crimes, this is the guy who won the Powerball, all right? Among his list of crimes, strangulation, bribery, possession of cocaine, and a marijuana smuggling plot that involved his own mother. But his life changed overnight when a $2 ticket won him $167 million jackpot in the Kentucky Powerball in April. He split the prize with that mother, 77-year-old Linda Grizzle, and with his girlfriend, Jacqueline Fightmaster. That is quite the name. Fightmaster is his girlfriend's last name. I wonder how turbulent this relationship is. Just days later, he was arrested in Florida after punching a hotel.
I knew he
guest
looked
in the
familiar.
face.
Yeah.
Was this guy this week in Florida?
Yeah, he was. He got in an argument at the hotel bar or something. And did he fight a cop or just the guest?
Yeah.
This one, I don't see it in this. It just says that he got arrested.
I'll find him. I knew this was that guy.
Why everyone can't become millionaires overnight.
Days later, he was arrested in Florida after allegedly punching a hotel guest in the face and head kicking a deputy sheriff who tried to intervene.
Yeah, that was him. All right, let me find it.
It says the dumbfounded deputy was heard saying, "I just got kicked," over the radio before he was tasered and tackled to the ground. But this guy, you've got it all, cowboy. Like it's Tiger Woods all over again. You won the Powerball. Chill out. Why are you stealing over $10 million? Why are you stealing $12,000 when you have way more than $160 million that you've won? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, guy.
All right.
He's just criminal in his bones.
This was at the Tradewinds Resort in Florida. I feel like this was like closer to him winning the Powerball. Like maybe he went to this resort to celebrate or something. Mm-hmm. A man who won $167.3 million jackpot ended up behind bars just days after investigators say he kicked a deputy in the face during a fight at a popular beach resort. The deputy tried to break up the fight. Farthing kicked the deputy in the face and tried to run away. I thought there was some exchange of words or something that was kind of funny. There was something about that story that stuck out to us, but it's not in this story here.
Guy. Buddy, you have so much money stacked. Your life is set. You're good for the rest of your life. Yeah, that's right. He spent his whole life behind bars. You can't fix him, I guess. But here you go. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch. When we come back, big updates in the Tiger Woods case after his DUI rollover crash. New information just coming in. What's happening? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices.
Don't Mike. What's happening? Hey, guys. Yeah, something about that story, and if anybody remembers it, I think there was something about the fight or something about the words that were exchanged in the bar. Unless I'm just hallucinating this like an AI and combining it with a different story, because I don't know why I keep thinking this. Largest prize ever awarded in Kentucky lottery history, and he is doing that. I think it was the same guy because he was saying, I can do this stuff. I'm a millionaire now. Maybe. Where is... I know it was on Fark too, I think. What's happening? Ghostbird, weed consumers, hello. Jason Neitner, Snoop Frog, MFQ, hello. Fishbulb. Let's see. James Farthing, I'm a millionaire. Florida. It says he's been arrested 3 times since claiming the prize. That's pretty funny. Wasn't he screaming, I'm a millionaire, says Jason. Am I going to brunch in the park this year? Funny enough that you say that. I went to that park yesterday, and I was like, telling my wife the last time I was here was that time you bought us the VIP tickets to brunch in the park, and then ended up she had to work that day, but still arranged for somebody to babysit my son so I could go to brunch in the park, and I ended up loose. Ran into, it's at Lake Eola this year. Interesting. I ended up at the Hideaway after that. It was the first time I had been to the new location. And we ran into Dan Dennis and family there. But I was pretty. Whew. It was a good time. A lot of good food around there, but also drinks. Lots of that going on. All right, I am seeing I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. One patron called him delusional. Farthing punched him in the face. You guys were right. You guys were right. I think we ran into you at Lucky Lure. Yeah. Yeah, we did. We did that too. Turns out, despite the unlimited brunch food that was available, I probably should have eaten more of it. There was a good supply. Probably could have eaten a little more of it, though. But, you know, it happens. Meeting drunk Sea Lane is a bucket list item for me. It used to be a lot easier, guys. I'm sorry, 2 tickets to Pound Town. It used to be very, very easy. Hell, you could possibly even influence the situation back in the day. I'm reminded of our COVID broadcast we did at Finn Henry's. It was the first ever social distance live broadcast at Finn Henry's. And we did a bingo sheet. There was like a competition bingo sheet for stuff that would happen during the show. And you had to cross off a bunch of them, and whoever got bingo first could get a prize. We got gifts, gift cards. We were doing all kinds of stuff. And a friend of mine came up to me and said, I have everything but you doing a shot of tequila. And I go, well, if only there was something you could do personally to fix that. And she did. And she bought herself a bird feeder with the gift card. All right. 25 seconds.
99.64.
Free I.
Copyright. Stand by. Copyright.
Essential classic rock that was truly hard and heavy. AC/DC, Metallica, Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search Classic Hard Rock. iHeartRadio! And make it a preset now. Radio!
We'd tell you to check out the app chat room, but those people are weird and mostly naked.
Final hour of the show. We're doing a Rate My Blank today, which is a good one. Had a lot of funny entries into this, and we'll pick a winner here before the end of the show today. And Sabrina teased this during the next episode earlier, but didn't pay it off. So let me just work this in, because I know there's a lot of people looking at what's happening in Iran. I got a clip for you on that in just a moment that we should go over. And then what's happening with actual soldiers going on over there, which I think most people don't want boots on the ground in the sand in the Middle East once again. But are they going to be doing that? There's already people headed that way, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll get into this clip in a moment, but the story that was teased earlier was that actor and comedian Rob Schneider, who I don't know why this guy's in the news with stuff like this all the time, but he is.
That's all he's been in the news for the last 4 or 5 years.
Like, I think he still does stand-up comedy or something like that.
Yeah, it's
He did
not
the
great.
Fox News stand-up comedy after he thought that it was too woke everywhere.
Yeah, and I don't want like politics in my stand-up of any type. I don't want that at all. I think it's lame and not that funny. But Rob Schneider,
If it's funny. It's funny, but you know,
it can be, but it tends not to be.
His thing, I think, why he keeps making the news for this is they're not used to comedians or comedic actors being super Trumpy.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's been comedians that have been political in the other direction for a long time, and some of them very successful at it. Like Jon Stewart has been very successful over the years. And he's actually funny at political comedy, in my opinion. I think he does a lot of stuff that's pretty funny. But this was Rob Schneider, who was in this story from Newsweek. And it says, actor and comedian Rob Schneider has called for the United States to restore the military draft, making service mandatory for America's youth. So this is for the young folks in America. And he quoted John F. Kennedy, said, ask not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country.
The draft is not asking what I could do for my country. The draft is my country telling me what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but obviously he said this because of his time that he served in the military, right?
He says, we must once again recommit ourselves to one nation under God, indivisible. Therefore, we must restore the military draft for our nation's young people. The 62-year-old went on to call for every American to, quote, serve 2 years of military service at 18 with a choice to serve part of the time overseas or in a country in a volunteer capacity. I don't know if that's supposed to say in country and volunteer capacity or in a country in a volunteer capacity, but that's what it says. It says, being a citizen of the United States gives us unparalleled freedoms and opportunities that are the envy of the world. However, these freedoms that we cherish do not come without a cost. Many nations around the world require their young citizens to serve their country. That's true. That is true. That happens in Israel, that you have to serve in Israel in the military because they're constantly being attacked by people around them, and they've been at war for a very long time. So they need everybody in Israel to be in the Israeli military. So they have conscription, or they have forced service there.
Do they have that for everybody in England, or is it just the royal family that has to do that?
I think it's just the royal family. I don't even know if you have to. I think it's just the royal family that often does it so that they seem like we're good regular people too. It's usually in countries that are in a troublesome spot. Like, for instance, they do this in South Korea. And that's why, crazy story, but an interesting one, I think, actually, is the guys in BTS, the boy band, the K-pop boy band. Mm-hmm. They were essentially some of the most famous people in music in the whole world. And then because of their age, they had to go into the South Korean military.
It was like the main dude and the rest of them went on tour. But he was serving his country.
They all have to. Like, when you hit a certain age, you absolutely have to. So, like, in Israel, I don't know if the age is 18 or whatever. It may be younger than that. Who knows? But they have mandatory service, and you have to spend some time. And they did as well. And I think that's what Rob Schneider is talking about. But it's not what America has been about or used to or anything. And we don't even need to do that, honestly, because there are at least at this moment enough people who are willing to step up and fight for the country and who volunteer. You know, the volunteer numbers, as far as I could tell, have been up quite a bit. Recruiting has been up, and people are willing to put their necks on the line. And you don't necessarily need to draft people. Or in this case, he's saying draft everyone, which I don't do. It's still just men that sign up for selective service at 18, right? I don't even think women sign up for selective service.
I think.
I mean, I certainly didn't when I turned 18.
I heard a push to change that at some point in time, which, for those of you who don't know, when you're a man in the United States of America and you turn 18, when you're getting your license and stuff like that, you have to sign up for selective service, which is like to make you eligible for the draft. So if we were ever to go to war, now you're signed up for selective service, and the guys are popped into this hopper. And then if there was a draft, those would be the people who ended up going into war. And he's saying he wants like a conscription where everybody will learn more about America and be more patriotic if they have to do this stuff. I don't necessarily think that would be the outcome. Like, if you forced everybody to either work for a charity for 2 years or work for the U.S. military for 2 years, I don't think it's going to bring the outcome that Rob Schneider thinks it does. I think Americans aren't going to be like, well, now I love America. I think it might instill a good work ethic in a lot of them. I've seen that with my own eyes. A lot of my friends went over to the military and served in armed forces, and they came back and they like very much were different in terms of how their work ethic was and how strict they were with things. And they learned some stuff through the process.
Not only are women not required to register, I don't think they can. I don't think you can. I mean, you can obviously, as a woman, just enlist, but you can't voluntarily register for selective service, which it seems weird, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So we just don't need this. I don't know why he's bringing this up. I think maybe to put some skin in the game. I do think one thing that would be interesting if more of our elected officials had to have somebody tied to the armed forces to be able to run for federal office, that might make them think differently about getting engaged in all of these wars. I think that might be an interesting thing. But we don't need this stuff. T over on TNJ chat says it now starts at 15. Is it really?
No.
Wow.
Nah, that's a lie.
TS something says it now starts at 15 as my son just got his permit today and he had to sign off that he accepted the selective services agreement. Yeah,
this says registration is mandatory only for male U.S. citizens and male immigrants residing in the U.S. aged 18 to 25.
So is it like a voluntary thing that just looks like something you check off?
The permit thing together with it makes sense because that's how I remember it. I remember you're doing the thing and you put in your information and it says, hey, you now have to sign up for selective service. And I was like, oh, they don't want me. Even though they've changed as of recently. What was the new age ceiling? Look up military age or something. They just changed it. And I thought, oh, man, I just missed the mark there. I think they changed it to like 40 or something.
The U.S. Army raised its maximum enlistment age to 42.
42. Oh, I'm just on the other side.
And sorry if you mentioned this, but beginning in December of this year, it's just going to be automatic.
Oh, it just happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they should have done that anyways, right? Like, why do we need people to go, like, click a button on a thing at the DMV? That's kind of weird. As for the Iranian stuff, hang on. There was just a press conference about this. Here is the White House talking about when this whole war in Iran is going to end. Somebody on chat earlier says they paid $4 and something a gallon for gas this weekend. Yikes. Holy cow. Here's the White House on Iran. Get those gas prices.
On the time frame, President Trump initially said about 4 weeks. Secretary of State Rubio on Friday reportedly said it might be another 2 to 4. Is 2 to 4 the current ballpark that the administration is thinking?
With respect to the timeline, again, the President, Commander-in-Chief, the Pentagon has always stated 4 to 6 weeks estimated timeline for Operation Epic Fury. We're on day 30 today. So again, to do the math. On how much longer the Pentagon needs to fully achieve the objectives of Operation Epic Fury, which I will reiterate: destroy the Iranian Navy, destroy their ballistic missiles, dismantle their missile and drone production infrastructure, significantly weaken their proxies throughout the course of this operation, and then, of course, preventing Iran from ever obtaining a nuclear weapon.
All right, so she said 4 to 6 weeks. If we're on day 30, that's over 4 weeks. So we're in the window of closing things here. So they must be at least alluding to the fact that it's almost over. Please. I mean, come on. Get those gas prices down. Somebody's saying at Costco it was a little bit cheaper. It was still under $3. I filled up this weekend. What? Yeah, not under 3, under 4.
Oh,
$3.69, I think they said. Three somewhere around that. Which is pretty close to what I paid this weekend to fill up. And it was definitely more expensive than I was used to. The person who was talking about their son signing up for selective service at 15 says, I didn't even see an option to deny it on the machine.
That's odd.
Maybe they don't have a setup for it where you can deny it. It's just like every guy that goes through right into selective service. Rob Schneider wants you over there. He wants you fighting. I'm guessing that we don't need to do that, and you're probably not going to want to. But let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, I learned to wrap everything up on a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Bold takes, bad jokes, and too much honesty. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hello? Oh, hey. Hello? 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 Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You're quitting on me, Samuel L. Jackson. We're not done yet. I gotta get the Tiger Woods update in.
This report is sponsored by Credit Karma.
When your money's on the line,
We gotta wrap everything up when we come back, folks.
tax service, get the confidence of TurboTax with free
YouTube, let's see some likes as we reach the finish line. Let's get some likes here as we reach the finish line. Coming back to wrap everything up on a Monday version of the show. And here's what I want from you. Okay? Damn, Bob says 429 at racetrack. Yikes! What are you getting, that 93 for that much? 429. I hope that's not 87 octane. Let's rate the show. Let's rate the show. If it's a 10 out of 10, it goes over here into the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. No notes. We just put it in the vault and we say that was a great show. 1 out of 10, it goes into the dumpster over here. I heave-ho it. And I think about how I can make myself better every single day by staring at that bad pop. Rate the show. 6 out of 10 today was just okay. 8 geriatric bar F-wads out of 10. 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 draft dodgers. 6, 7. 87. 9.5 overturned Range Rovers out of 10. Tiger Woods. Tough time. 10 out of 10 homeless Wassons in 91 days. 7 out of 10 solid start to the week. 8 out of 10 AI drawings of Wasson being a stripper. 10 out of 10 crappy AI drawings. 10 out of 10 cardboard Barbie houses. Nice. It's my favorite so far. Stand by. Stripper Sean's out of 10. Just a 10 over there. Somebody on Twitch says, where's Obi? I have to tell you, that was some bad news to get this morning. But I guess Obi-Wan Kenobi, who has been a friend of the show for quite some time, was arrested on some sort of robbery charges or something this weekend. Yeah, like actually serving time in federal prison, kind of robbery charges this weekend. That's what I heard. Sean, can I rate a bikini gardening channel? Well, of course you can. You guys choose your raid targets. Typical Obi? Yeah, that's crazy. Isn't that his third stint in the Clint? I have no idea. All I know is somebody sent an email this morning that said, fan of the show, goes by Obi-Wan Kenobi on streaming, and this weekend he was involved in some incident with like strong-arming an elderly woman, and he beat this woman, and I guess her teeth fell out of her mouth in the middle of the altercation. It was a whole thing. But I guess he's like going to be spending time in federal prison as a result. Crazy. All right, folks. Chatter of the day. Any suggestions before I ignore them and pick? Chatter of the day. I'm looking for Kit Kat deals online. If you find some Kit Kat deals that are really too good to be true, you might be onto something. But be careful. Be careful. 10 out of 10 contracts. Our chatter of the day. Chatter of the day. Let's see. You know what? They said he couldn't do it. They said he shouldn't do it. In fact, they tried to make it illegal for him to do it. But I see his name all the time in chat. There's people who seem to like him. I can't remember anything significant he's typed, but I'm sure it's been great. That's why he's our chatter of the day today. I'm putting you on the You're the Best trophy. There we go. Snoop Frog on YouTube. Congratulations, Snoop Frog. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tell your mom you made it. Look at this. That's you. You're the best. You did it. Snoop Frog, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Big week on the show. Don't miss anything. Short videos. That's on all platforms where they have short videos. After the show today. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Watch them, like them, comment. Thank you. Stay gold, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hot take.
Read the room.
Don't let it die in the group chat. Tap the red talkback mic on the iHeartRadio app and join the show.
Love the show, but I disagree with you guys.
It's the fastest way to get your voice on the air. Say it, send it, and hear it on the iHeartRadio app.
Pros, if something runs out on the job, order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered to your job site by 8 p.m. See terms at Lowe's.com/shipping terms, subject to change.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thank you for hanging out with us, folks. Got a big show for you tomorrow. All week long, it's going to be just banger filled. It's going to be a great week here on the show, and I'm just glad you're a part of things here. So don't miss anything all week long. And if you do, go get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into the final Rate My Blanks here, and I'll reset the stage if you missed out on any of this, tell you what's going on. But I told you earlier, I was like, a couple of things are just facts. One is that I have 91 days on my contract with iHeart. Two is that usually these deals are done with 365 days left a year. They never get to this point. This does not happen. It is in their paperwork and strategy to do these a year before the contract ends. So this is not something that's normal or that happens all the time or that's happened every other year, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing is, and this is what could make this week a little more exciting, is when it gets into a 90-day window on my contract, that's when I can talk to the competition. That's when I can shop things around. That's when I'm able to go to the people who are out there in radio that aren't iHeart and see what's going on, see what it looks like out there, see what those offers would be like. So that's tomorrow. That's a big day. That's an interesting turn of events, and I'm excited for it. Let me bring you this.
I would wait till the day after tomorrow just to be safe. Just to be safe, buddy.
Want it inside that 89 bracket?
Yeah.
Here's Tiger Woods when he left jail after his DUI charge. And he looks so mad, man. He looks so upset.
Like,
I want to drive. I'll say this to you, Tiger Woods. I know you look upset and you're leaving jail and you're upset about what happened this weekend. Well, who are you going to blame? You have money. You can very, very easily, if you want, get somebody to drive you everywhere. But you're like hell bent on driving fast and pushing people off the road. And,
why his girlfriend told him to get his SH.
yeah, get it together. Amy Caulfield spelled the whole damn word, I think. Excuse me. This has happened so many times. I love this. NBC, when they were broadcasting the Tiger Woods story, they were talking about everything.
Third round coverage of the Texas Children's Houston Open is coming up. But first, the latest on Tiger Woods, who was arrested after being involved in a rollover accident near his home on Jupiter Island, Florida, yesterday afternoon. According to the Martin County Sheriff's Department.
All right. They showed the footage of a different crash. Yeah. I think this is the Genesis crash when Tiger Woods flipped his car. And they showed the footage of a different crash, not the one that just happened.
How does he always end up on the side?
That's when you know a guy's flipping cars a lot. I've never flipped a car in my life, not one time.
Did you see a bunch of people showed up to some golf tournament with his mugshot printed on T-shirts and hashtag Free Tiger?
Did they really?
Yeah.
God, I wonder if they broadcast that at all. And here's Trump talking about Tiger Woods. Let's see what he said.
I feel so badly. He's
bad. You feel bad.
He's got some difficulty. There was an accident, and that's all I know. Very close friend of mine. He's an amazing person, amazing man, but some difficulty.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, he said. Well, do you know? Do you not know? What do you got? What's going on here, man? All right, let's see what we have for our Rate My Blank. And Rate My Blank today, when we do this kind of Rate My Blank, it's a Rate My Doodle. And that means you can draw whatever the challenge is and then take a picture of it as a dispatch and submit it over on the website. Everybody can see what you've submitted. They can like and comment and all of those things. And I said, for the Rate My Doodle, for Rate My Blank on a Monday, draw me in 91 days, meaning at the end of my contract. And C-Lane's got some of them lined up. I'll give you just a couple more real quick. This is say Big Tree Park?
You
Big Tree
okay?
Park?
You're in Big Tree Park.
Big Tree Park. And then it says, hey, I don't know what. This is really frightening, this drawing, actually.
Tell me, it was my child that made it, right?
I think, is this supposed to be the thing in Japan where people hang themselves in the forest? Is that what that place is called? Jeez. Oh, God. Here's another person. The booze junkie. It shows me behind a table. I don't know why I have the table here, but me behind the table with various small bottles and glasses in front of me. And I've turned the corner here over to the booze junkie in 91 days. See, then what were the other ones that we talked about already?
All right, let's see. We'll go to the list. We had Bootsy with the viral news stories, 25 cents. Missy back on a plane. The Stephapy where we couldn't really show it. I mean, I showed it for like a split second.
That was an explicit one. Yeah.
John had you scratching your pubes. Why is pubes a hard word?
Scratching my poo.
Boobs.
Slosh Toad stripper pole. Jaquan had the joint. A Hizzle had Courtney sending you to Publix. Lizzie had you still on the show, and MFQ had you sleeping
Here's
in.
the one that had it was detailed man boobs.
There was
kind of looked like C-Lane's
those.
face.
Stripper pole? I think that was a stripper pole.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I'm going to give it to, since it's me. What was the last one you said, C-Lane?
MFQ had you sleeping in.
No, that one was too easy. The one before that you mentioned.
Lizzie had you still on the show. A Hizzle had Courtney sending you to Publix.
I'll do that one. A Hizzle, congratulations. You're the winner of Rate My Blank today. I'm going to give it to you. It was hand-drawn. It wasn't AI. I liked it. It plays into stuff you heard on the show. I appreciate you. And all you need to do now is email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and I'm going to set you up with a prize for your Rate My Blank today. We'll do it again on Monday of next week. That's it for today. It's time to get the hell out of here. Let me see. Let me wrap it up. And here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, March 30th, 2026. Today I Learned, this is crazy. For 3 years, the Broward County Sheriff's Office cooked up large amounts of its own crack cocaine. so it could sell it to people, and then deputies could arrest them for buying crack cocaine.
Okay.
That was stopped in a 1993 ruling where the Florida State Supreme Court called it outrageous that they were doing
Great
this.
crack, though.
That had to go to the Supreme Court?
I guess so. Today I learned this band right here.
7 Mary 3.
That's right, 7 Mary 3. This band took their name from the television show Chips. That's the one where they're on motorcycles and they're police officers. It was John's call number, 7 Mary 3. And then when the band formed in 1992 with Jason Ross and Jason Pollock, they said, how about we choose 7 Mary 3 for the band? And now, I don't know what they're doing now. Probably not that much, but still a great song. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow.